Good. Yep. All right, somebody check and see if you're in. No, not on there, but I'm on here. Yeah, make sure the signal's going through. Make sure it's going through all right. There you go. All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites of the Lion's Den. All right, we come out every week to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom called America, also known as Babylon, also known as spiritual Egypt, also known as spiritually Nineveh. All right, but before we do so, we want to give praise to the Most High and His Son, which is the way to the kingdom, man, through Yahweh Shai back to the Father. I say, call, Allah, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kudash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders, and Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwazim, the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, this is gonna be another lesson, and we're gonna move through the spirit. So let's start with I don't know which one I want to start with. Maybe that's Psalms 145. 145. What was it? I think you said 145 and 5. Yeah, it might be. Yep, 145 and 5.
Psalms.
Yep.
This is Psalms chapter 145.
Oh, somebody up here real quick in the front.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 145, verse 5.
Yep.
I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty and of thy wondrous works. And men shall speak of the might of the terrible acts, and I will declare thy greatness.
That's right, man. Go down to 18.
This is the verse 18. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth.
Right, so the Lord said he's nigh unto you if you calling unto the Lord in truth. All right, so that shows you right there, that scripture right there says a lot, that the Lord is not dealing with vocab alone. The Lord is not dealing with these Christian churches. All right, the Lord is not dealing with IUIC, ISUPK, everybody that's not of that spirit of truth. The Lord is not near them, man. All right, they still got that void between them and the Father. Okay, let's see. Somebody get Nahum chapter 3.
Nahum chapter 3.
Yeah, don't bring it out yet though. I'm gonna see something real quick. Let's get
Bring what?
Psalms 12 and 8. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
The book of Psalms.
I just want to start off back up here, but go ahead. No, it's good. You good.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 12 and verse 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Yeah, yep. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted, man. All right. So right now you got these banking elites exalted. So that's why you see wickedness everywhere. That's why you see people like Biden and them in power, Trump in power. All right, so the wicked are being exalted in this society, you know. So when they're in power, they're gonna what? The sheep, the wolf protects the wolf. You know, they're gonna get more wolves and set up more agents. All right, and what we call and what the world calls the government, when there's really not a government today. There's nothing but a regime of oppressors that's ruling over people. All right, any more on that? That was verse 8. All right, yeah, let's start with we're going to Nahum chapter 3. I'm gonna go there.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
Yeah, let's go there.
Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery.
Right. What's that bloody city? America. All right. So the Lord said, "Woe to the bloody city, man." And the word "woe" means destruction, and that's what the Lord is going to bring to this place. All right. Woe to the bloody city. This place is what? Full of lies, man. All right, and what did the Lord say? He said that go together. He's nigh unto them that call on him in the truth. All right, this place is full of lies. In God we trust. They don't trust in the Lord. One nation under God. When it's nothing but a United States, it's a divided country called a melting pot that's mixed with all kind of beliefs, all kind of idols. All right. Go ahead. Basically a place of death. That's what the Lord called this, the valley of death, man. In Psalms 23, this is the valley of the shadow of death.
The prey departeth not.
Right, so they never let us out of here. They kept us in slavery. They pushed them lies out there, promoted it in their schools, indoctrinated us as children,
Precept.
tried to keep us deceived, and they didn't want us to be free. That goes into Revelations 11, to where they didn't suffer us to be put in graves, meaning they didn't want us to have rest. They didn't want us to find this rest. They wouldn't even allow us to read. So this place is full of lies, man. What's another lie? New World Order that they're trying to bring. It ain't gonna happen. This utopia they're trying to build. It ain't gonna happen. Go ahead, brother. Arakai.
Psalms chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 4.
Right.
It says, "For thou art not a God that have pleasure in wickedness."
What's that? Habakkuk?
Psalms 5.
Oh, good. That sounds just like Habakkuk.
It says, "For thou art not a God that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee."
Right, man. So the Lord doesn't have pleasure in wickedness. He said what? He's long suffering. All right, he's allowing the wickedness. He's tolerating it. Just so he can be patient. He said the Lord has a long patience waiting on the precious fruits of the earth, man. You know? Just like you make coal, a diamond out of coal. You gotta give it a little pressure. And the Lord is using Esau as the actual flames of us being in this place called adversity, you know, affliction. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5, it says, "The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all works of iniquity."
Right, man. So the foolish is not going to stand in the Lord's sight. And that's really talking about 2/3 of our people, you know. And but the Lord said, well, he hates all forms of iniquity. So the Lord hates these Edomites that's ruling and the ones that founded this place, the founding fathers. You know, the Lord hates them. Interjection, or you got a little bit more? All right, go ahead. One more.
Verse 6, it says, "Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will abhor the bloody and deceitful man."
Right, man. So the Lord said what? He said he abhors them. He said, what about that bloody, deceitful man?
It says, "Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing.
Yep.
The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man."
There you go. So the Lord is going to abhor him. See, the focus ain't the land. He don't care about the place, except for the idols that were built here. You know, but the Lord is angry with the people. These damn devils, deceivers, diablos. You know, the creator of the lies. To keep our people in a mental prison now. That's what they want to do. Didn't let our people free. When they screaming for freedom, it still won't give it to them. All right. So that's how the Lord looks at this place, man. He calls it spiritually Babylon, confusion, spiritually Egypt, the place of our what you would call bondage in a sense, or encirclement, putting us in the ghetto. You know, ghetto means to put somebody in an area of concentration. That's what Egypt means. And it's also called Nineveh. I'm gonna see if somebody gets a lexicon on Nineveh. The definition, I mean, Babak Shah. Go ahead, brother.
This is Job, chapter 30.
I think it means no, that's Zebulon. Go ahead, bro.
This is Job, chapter 30, verse 8. They are children of fools, yea, children of base men. They are viler than the earth.
There you go. They're viler than the earth, man. These devils, man. They viler than beasts. That's what he's saying right there. So the Lord ain't mad at the earth. He mad at them. He said, what? They're viler than the earth. They're viler than any nation on this earth. They're viler than any beast or insect or slug you could think of, a snake or a pig. Go ahead.
It says, "And now I am their song, yea, I am their byword."
Right. So, yep, we became their song. Okay, their byword. What do they call you? The black community. You know. All right. They what do they call them? Negro spirituals. Yeah. They play that everywhere.
It says, "They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face."
There you go, man. All right, so they flee far from us, you know, and they spare not to spit in our face. What's that? The dogs walking by licking the wounds. That's Esau, the dogs. That's all they really are, dogs. You know, but they walk by and spit in our face. How do they do that? By telling you that the Lord is a so-called Edomite. They spit in your face by telling you you're black or you're African. They spit in your face by giving you PPP loans and then coming back to trap you later. They spit in your face by telling you they're going to give you 40 acres and a mule, and they never give it to you. All right? You look at the wicked of our people, man. They know what we over here doing. They were quiet all day. Now that we're teaching, they try to be louder than us. Go ahead, Doc.
This this Psalms 10 and 4. No. Salaki, and 3. For the wicked boast of his heart's desire.
Right, so they boasting of their new world order. They're boasting of this utopia that they want to build. You know, you can't even talk about these damn devils. You know what I'm talking about? Mixing the machine with the body, turning the body to the internet of things, man. The way they can read you know, that's it. Go ahead, brother.
And blesseth the covetousness whom the Lord abhorred.
Right, so they bless the covenant, meaning they raise up more greedy damn devils like them. And they bless the greedy of our people too. Give them high seats in America. You know, like the what they call the Boule Society. You know, so they bless them, and they put hell on the people that want to stand up against them. Anybody that's opposing them. All right. Go ahead, brother. Yeah. So the fool, like the brother was reading, the fool is Esau. They're the fool, man.
All right. This is Psalms 35 and 7.
Right.
For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit. Without cause they dig for me. They dig for my soul.
Right. So they just all because they want to make a transition into a new world order. They setting traps for everybody. You know, it's just on their agenda. It's something they want to do. Something as far as their wicked darkness, shadow beliefs, and they want to bring in a new world order. And they want to put more hell on Jake. They want to depopulate him. You know, persecuting Israel again.
Gotcha. Psalms 37 and 12. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his days are coming. The wicked have drawn out the slaughter.
Yeah, they see it. They see it, man. They see their days coming. You know, that's why they're moving quick. They're coming down with great wrath. Go ahead, brother.
The verse 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be upright in conversation.
There you go, man. So that's twofold, man. That's them starting their new world religion and their new world military and bringing about these wars, man. All right, they got all the missiles set up around the world, hoping to depopulate when Esau really want to kill Jacob. They want to try to get their blessing back, so they can call themselves the powers and turn everybody else into robots, zombies and shit.
Verse 15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart.
There you go, man. So they swore. That's twofold. You know what they've been trying to destroy Israel with. The Lord going to use it to destroy them. See that? Especially the missiles.
Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken.
That's right, man. So their bows shall be broken, man. That basically goes into the power of Esau. Esau's power is going to be broken. Their power structure, especially America. All right. So their power structure is going to be broken, and everything they've been trying to do against Israel is going to be stopped. What that? The Lord said, "No weapon formed against these shall prosper." All right. So all their weapons going to hit everywhere in the world, but when they try to fuck with us, or the children, the hopeful elect, that's when the Lord going to put a stop to it. He's going to lift up a standard. All right. And no weapon formed, they're going to put it together against thee. They're going to come against you, but it's not going to prosper. And and within that, we have to make sure we don't have the spirit of fear, you know, because that's what they want. They want you to fear. The Lord said he didn't give us that spirit. All right. He gave us the spirit of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Go ahead.
Sound mind.
And a sound mind.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Right. The word crafty means skillful. So they're skilled in this, man. The Lord said, what? Thou art wiser than Daniel. They set up their banking systems that you can't even understand it. And it's going to get worse. So bad that the banks can't understand it. And what they're going to be forced to do from that point, once it's out of their hands, they're going to have to trust AI. See where they're going with it? But us, we're going to trust in the Lord. All right, what they say, they're going to trust science. I got more on that, right, brother? All right, 1 second, bro.
And consulted against our hidden ones.
Right, so they're consulting in their secret shadows, making all their plans, and they're really battling against us. The accuser of our brethren. They're accusing us to the Lord. They're going to the devil, trying to think of different ways. And at the that Bohemian Grove, try to come up with ways doing sacrificing children, all kind of stuff, man. Blood sacrifices, just so they could find out how to defeat us and keep that power seat. All right, go ahead. That's why the Lord said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, so that's what they want. They don't want our name being no more remembrance. You can't go in these schools and find us. What they tell you at the schools, you are African. What they tell you on the streets, you black. You know, but the Lord said, what? We Israelites. And they ain't want our name. They don't want our name being spoken, especially ever since the Roman Empire, 65 BC with Pompey. When they came up against us and sacked Jerusalem and set a black pig up and desecrated the temple. They never wanted us to have a king ever since the Hasmonean dynasty. You know, you say you a king, like Nipsey and Tupac and them, off with your head. Anybody that's call themselves a king or a leader that's going to free their people, off with their head. See that? All right, so Yahweh is our king. He in the spirit realm. They can't touch him. Look at that. And nobody know who the hell King David is. We believe it's King Mashai. And if so, he's in the spirit realm. So they can't touch our king. They're like hammer time. Can't touch it. I think I'm a one have one real quick. Interjection though, but he was holding for a while.
All right, this Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8.
Yep.
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right, where was that?
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8.
Go ahead. Yeah, we can go into that. That's right.
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right, that's really talking about America. All right. America was used by Esau, which is talking about them. And you know, at the end of the day, they spoiled the whole world. Well, Israel, all the nations of Israel are going to spoil them. But really, what that's talking about right there is America. Okay, Babylon. These elites, they used America. What do you say? The hammer of the earth. They used America to spoil and rob all these nations, man. To plunder. That's what it means to spoil. They plundered all these nations with the dollar, with the demonocracy, with the Arab Spring in 2011, when they sent America's armies over there to after what? Chasing ghosts, chasing Bin Laden, chasing, you know, going over there to Libya, killing Gaddafi. See that? The Lord said he's going to send afar off the northern army, and they enlarge their desires as hell, and they neither keep at home. They're everybody's business. That's why they had something called deoccupy the Middle East. They wanted America to get out of there. All right, that was it.
It says because of men's blood and for the violence of the land.
Right, because of men's blood, man. Our power is a righteous power, man. The only power. And he said, what? Because they shed our blood, the Lord didn't forget that. See, they say, what? Where is he? You know, they don't believe he exists. And if they do believe he exists, they disrespect him. You know, they try to do the exact opposite, man. Whatever they building, whatever utopia they talking about building is not going to be what these people think. They think they're going to have some type of freedom in this new utopia. Yeah, you'll be happy. You'll have nothing, but you'll be happy. That's the words of Klaus Schwab. Letting AI work everything and control everything. But in that society, they're gonna have to worship and submit to the spiritual demon Satan. All right? Walking around soulless, man, zombies. No children. Your children won't be yours. They'll do whatever they want with them. Body parts won't be yours. Your thoughts won't be yours. They'll control that. That's what the Lord is saving us from, man. Go ahead, somebody has something?
I could bring this up.
I don't know if he was done yet. I think he was done.
Shalaki. It says,
where is he done?
back at Habakkuk 2 and 8. It says, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein.
That's right, man. All right, go ahead.
All right, this is going into the accuser of our brethren. that you had spoke of a moment ago. It says, Jeremiah 50, verse 6, my people have been lost sheep.
Right, our people are lost sheep. They lost. You know, our people think they know every damn thing, but they lost in the sauce, man. Go ahead, brother.
Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
Right, so not only were they lost, but their shepherds, their leaders have caused them to go astray. All right, especially 2,000 years ago, caused them to go astray from what? The Lord. All right, from Yahweh Shai, the righteous way back to the Father. Go ahead, brother. The yellow brick road.
They have turned them away on the mountains.
Right.
They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
Right, so they've gone from mountain to hill, meaning government to government, amongst all these nations, and we got diluted as a nation, man. The Lord promised us that in Daniel chapter 9, he was going to wipe us off the earth as a nation. And then he was going to bring us back. You see that? From the dead, resurrect us as a nation. But he had to destroy us on the earth first, man. All right.
Verse 7, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord.
Right. Anybody that found them, that goes with Jeremiah 16, I think it was. They snuff up the wind. All right, somebody get that, please. Jeremiah 16, I think it was. He said, what? Everybody that found us over there in Saudi Arabia, anywhere, especially these so-called Caucasians here in America, they're the Edomites. When they found it, they used to hang us on the damn tree. All right, wherever they found us, what happened with the slave trade? The Africans was over there pointing us out. There go one. There go one. Give me musket, guns, and wine. I'll tell you where they at. What about the Arab slave trade? So wherever we were found, they did us dirty. Read that again, that last part.
Verse 7, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries have said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord.
See that? So now that's twofold, because that's something that you do to something that's dead. You can do anything you want to it. So our people being in that dead state, Esau feasted on their corpse. All right. And he said, what? I'm gonna do this because they offended their God. That way, who you been hearing that? Who you been hearing say that? Vocab. Vocab keeps saying it. Yeah, the Lord not dealing with the original Israelites because they offended their God. Now we're all included. See, that's that inclusive spirit.
Wild ass
Yeah. We don't have to go into it, but it goes with it. What scripture is that?
Jeremiah 14 and 6.
Yeah, man, real quick. I just need it real quick. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 14 and 6. It says, and the wild ass did stand in the high places. They snuffed up the wind like dragons.
Yep.
Their eyes did fail because there was no grass.
There you go. See that? No, so that's not the one though. Yeah, but that's still good though. But that's a good one, because our people, they've gone from mountain to mountain, and they've snuffed up the wind, meaning what? All their desires, right? And then ultimately, there's no grass for them to feed in. But what did the Lord say about the elect? He led us by what? Green pastures. See that? But them, they looking for it and they can't find it. That goes into Romans 11. All that they looking for. See that? They're looking for help. They're looking for riches. They're looking for what they call truth. They're looking for freedom. That's the green pastures, okay? Yeah, go ahead real quick.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 24. It says, a wild ass used the wilderness.
Used to the wilderness.
Used to the wilderness, like you, that snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure.
Right, so used to the wilderness. The wilderness represents this earth and all these nations. So we've been scattered all around the world in the wilderness, and our people, 2/3, they're like dumbasses, and they're snuffing up all that they desire out here, man, with their wicked mind, with their wicked heart, you know, and they're being used in the wilderness, man, by these nations to offend the Lord, and also for money. And now they're ready to do away with that money system and create a whole new system called the New World Order. All right, they already used everybody to get rich off of. All right, through America. Now they want to start a new system.
It says, in her occasion, who can turn her away?
Right, so in her occasion, who can turn her away? They all going to be pick. What you said? They're going to from mountain to hill. They did what they want. Who gonna turn her away? Go ahead.
It says, all they that seek her will not weary themselves. In her month they shall find her.
Right, just like a woman that's in heat, you know, or an animal that's in heat, like the lion. When the female lion is in heat, he don't have to look around and chase for her. Other than that, she's gonna push him away. But when she in heat, she gonna be right there. You ain't gotta look for me right here. That's how Jake is. Jake ain't even hiding from Esau. They like, yo, we right here. You know, like a donkey in heat. All right, looking for lovers.
Like a prostitute.
Like a prostitute.
I'm finna get you.
In adultery. Yep. That spirit of adultery, man. They love going to these churches. They love selling their soul. That's all you heard growing up. Selling their soul. Selling everything about selling the soul. They love it, man.
That was big in our community. What during like the 20s or 30s?
Yeah.
When a blues singer wanted to get famous, they'll go down
Selling
some crossroads
soul.
so they can get.
That was a good movie too, Crossroads.
Come on.
Yeah, man, that was a good movie. Right, man. So that's what the music industry about. That's what the entertainment industry about. Man, let's keep proceeding, yo. Come on, man. Look at this one, then you got. You got one. All right. Yeah, let's get all of them real quick.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 79, verse 10. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is thy power? Let him be known among the heathen in our sight by the revenging of the blood of thy servants, which is shed.
Right. So that's what the heathen saying. They saying, where's your God? You know, where's your God that you boast about? I got you. All right. That's what Antiochus Epiphanes was saying. Where's your God? But that lady, that sister, she had faith. I got you. That sister had faith, man. The mother of the 7 children in Maccabees. She said, yo, we know that we're going to rule in the kingdom. We know that we're going to be back on this earth. And you wicked man, Antiochus, the Lord going to destroy you. And he did. The Lord destroyed him. All right. So the same thing will happen to these devils. That was it.
I got 3 more verses.
All right. Let me interject real quick. Go ahead.
It's Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 32. All right, remember you talk about adultery. It says, but as a wife that committed adultery was take a stranger instead of her husband, they give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gift to all thy lovers, and hires them that they may come into thee on every side for thy whoredoms. All right, so basically going into like how when the elder was saying a lion is in heat, you know what I'm saying? A female lion is in heat, the male lion ain't got to go look nowhere because she's gonna be right there, right? Right, just like a prostitute. But Yahweh went even further to say they give gifts to prostitutes for their services, but Israel pays to be a whore to these other nations, and that's exactly how we express ourselves. And we turn our back to Yahweh, and only a remnant are going to turn to his face, man, which is Yahweh Shai.
Back at the book of Psalms 79 and 11, let the sighing of the prisoner come before thee, according to the greatness of thy power. Preserve those that are appointed to die, and render unto our neighbors 7-fold into their bosom. Their reproach wherewith their reproach wherewith they have reproached thee, O Lord, so we thy people and sheep of thy pasture will give thee thanks forever.
But we're supposed to give the Lord thanks, but who are we giving thanks to? We're giving thanks to these other nations. We're giving praise to these other nations. We're giving praise to idol gods instead of giving praise to our power. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
We'll give thee thanks forever. We will show forth thy praise to all generations. That was it.
That was your point. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, and verse.
I want to get to this lesson too.
12. Arise, O Lord, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemneth God? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief in spite to require it with thy hand. The poor contemneth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou find none.
None. Yep. Till I find none, man. It's like another verse. To the next, something like that. cover it to the neck or to the root or something. He said, seek out their wickedness till I find none. That might not be the precept, but yeah. What he mean by that is saying what? Once the Lord seeks out their wickedness with the light, shines that light through his men, from that point on, they're going to be sought out by Yahweh, by the angels, and into the kingdom forever. All the way until they destroy it off the earth. The Lord going to start seeking out for them, man. Finding them where they at, hiding in their bunkers. See that? Seek out wickedness. The wickedness within our people, 2/3. The Lord going to destroy them. All right?
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now will let until he be taken out of the way. Then shall that wicked man be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right. So, you know, Esau don't believe we got a spirit. So the Lord going to destroy him with just that, the spirit. All right, with the spirit of his mouth. So they're being destroyed with this first, man. All right. And the Lord going to back up everything that we say. He's going to destroy him with the brightness of his coming. What's that? His glory. You know? Because he's going to what? Put up his brightness represents his righteousness too. That righteousness is going to put out, the light is going to put out darkness. All right. Well, I'm going to get to this real quick, y'all. Nahum again, please.
Nahum chapter 3. I'm going to start back at verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery.
Yep.
The prey departeth not.
Right. So we still here in slavery. You know, still here being the prey, and 2/3 are still dead and being feasted on by these bottom feeders called Edomites.
Buzzards.
Yeah, buzzards, man. Fowls of the air. That's the scriptures call them. Go ahead.
The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariot.
Right. What's that? That's basically talking about an economy. That's a full business. And the Lord said we were brought into what? What is that at? Land of traffic?
Ezekiel 27, I think.
I got an indigestion.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right, so that goes beyond slavery. You know, that goes beyond slavery. They say we are yet this day still in captivity. And being captive in what? We ain't getting the whips to our back anymore. You know, we're not getting hung on trees in some places. You know, we're still not working the fields in some places. They still got slavery down here. All right. But he said what? Oh, he said what? We are subject to payments. What's that? Taxes, man. That's a democracy. Taxes is when they get the whole community take care of each other instead of the government taking care of you. Hey, you pay taxes and this person pay taxes, then you're basically paying for their hospital bill in the future. You know, or a visit to the dentist or anything. Or for them to make their house. It's the taxes, the money circulates. That's called the economy. All right. So they said, what? We are yet this day in our captivity and made subject to payments, being put under these damn devils. All right. He said he saw slaves sit upon horses and princes walk in low place. You know, subject to payments, man. What's that? Your taxes, Social Security number, birth certificate. Right, their whole money system, man, chasing the dollar, the rat race. That's the trap, man. You know, all right. Go ahead.
Nahum?
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 17, verse 4. He cropped off the top of his young twigs.
Right, so he cropped off, just like Babylon did to us. Esau took our princes into captivity too. Even King David was over here in slavery. All right. Go ahead. So he cropped off the top of our young twigs. That really goes into people like Daniel and them. Daniel going in Ezekiel, going into Babylon. All right, go ahead.
And carried it into a land of traffic.
Right, that's why America is called the daughter of Babylon, because it's a land of traffic. and that traffic means business. All right, so America's that land of traffic with jumping horses and chariots and all that before. The old America before the cars. All right, and now we're still here, and their horses have morphed into cars. You know, right? Just technology now.
He set.
Ooh, go ahead.
He set it in a city of merchants.
There you go, man. All right. So he set us in a city of merchants. Keep going, brother.
Verse 6. Verse 5, Salaki.
Exactly.
He took also the seed of the land and planted it in a fruitful field.
Yeah, man. So he took the seed of the land and planted us in a fruitful field. Go ahead.
He placed it by great waters.
Right. So he placed us by the rivers, meaning in this truth. See that? All right. Go ahead.
And set it as a willow tree.
Right, as a willow tree. Okay, go ahead.
And it grew and became a spreading vine of low stature.
Whoa, that's us. We're growing as a vine of low stature up under this damn business place called America. But we're still growing. You see that? So the Lord, even though the Lord put us in this place of traffic, over here we were able to grow and be nurtured by the Lord's word and grow. Go ahead.
Whose branches turned toward him.
Right. So so now it said of a low stature, but 2/3 of our people, they turn towards Egypt. They worship and submit this place. Go ahead.
And his roots thereof were under him, so it became a vine and brought forth branches and and shot forth sprigs.
That's right, man. So it's like good and bad, basically. All right. Any more? That was basically on that, right? So now we're growing up in this place, and you got bad fruit, you got a bad portion, and you got a good portion. All right, and but it's prophesied that we were going to be in this place of business, and that's what America is. It's just a United States or a place for business. For who? Those elites. All right.
Con, if I may add on, America itself is a corporation in itself, man.
A corporation.
You know, you got president, vice president, you know, all the other shit, chairman of the board.
And slaves.
Con.
And called employees. Go ahead, brother.
This book of Isaiah 43:19 all the way to 21st. Behold, I will do a new things. Now I shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
Come on with it. So he planted us by those rivers, man. He planted us by those rivers in the desert. America's nothing but a desert, man. In the dry place, spiritually speaking. You know, there was no water here. There was no truth here. But the Lord led the river to us and planted us by it. So we get all the best nutrients, all the strength from it.
Isaiah 43:20.
Strong willow tree.
The beasts of the field should honor me. The dragon and the how do you say? Owl, because I give water in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. These people have I formed for myself. They should show for my praise.
Con. So that's making like in the beginning of that scripture, he said he shall make a way, even though we believe it not, because 2/3 of our people feel like that's why they don't want to turn to the Lord, because they figure they got to try to find a way out. But the Lord's already given us a way out through that river that he planted in the desert, in the dry that wetland that he planted in the dry place. I can bring this out real quick.
Yeah, hey, take over real quick. Oh, I just gotta run to the restroom real fast.
All right,
I got you, man.
Somebody want to get Revelation 22:1?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the point.
Go ahead.
22:1. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 1.
All right, he planted a river in a dry place. Here's that river right here.
And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh and out of the Lamb.
So he's gathering us with his spirit in that river. That's the Holy Spirit, man. That's wisdom that he's gonna use to build us up. Somebody get pause right there. Somebody get Isaiah 34:16 real quick.
Real quick. It's Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
That's only the way you're gonna be able to tap into that river, man. All right, go ahead.
No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Right. So these prophecies, the word of the Lord is not going to return unto him void. So these prophecies are going to come to pass, and his men are going to start to get lifted up, and his men are going to stand up on their feet as a great exceeding army, and his men are going to be the ones that are turned into from fishers to hunters to help the angels take and Yahweh Shai take down this place, man. Go ahead.
For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them.
So the mouth of the Lord has commanded, man. So what else? Ain't no choice but these prophecies come to pass. We have no choice but to be risen up as a nation because the Lord spoke about it, man. So his word doesn't return unto him void.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 7, and verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
And that goes back to the precept that Yahweh brought out. He said, I'll make a river in dry places, man. And that river is going to come from the individuals that have the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? And that's just it. You got one?
Oh yeah. It's just a little snippet. Basically, when we were speaking on the willow tree. It says, what is special about a willow tree is a symbol of fertility and new life. A willow branch can be planted in the ground and form it. A new tree will grow in its place. Its ability to grow and survive and powerfully symbolic and show how we can thrive even in challenging conditions. You
said, right? So a branch can be planted in the ground and grow a new tree?
Go on.
All right, somebody get Isaiah 11 and 10 real quick, because that branch that is talking about being planted is Yahweh Shai, man. That's the spirit of the Lord being planted in his elect.
Come on, it say he can thrive in challenging conditions, man. Also, Esau made the whole world the wilderness, all right. You know, in the times that we're in now, all right. Hey, Esau coming down with great wrath, shit. Hey, we're going to be able to thrive through those times, man.
And wilderness in the scriptures means desert. It doesn't mean like a forest full of trees. A wilderness means desert. All right, so now having one tree standing tall in the desert, right? That's by that river. We're gonna go back into the river real quick. But that branch that's being planted in the willow tree, somebody get Isaiah 11 and 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to which
read 11 and 1 first, then jump to 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
Come on, man. And that's us growing out of the root of Yahweh, man. All right, coming out, that's the house of David being lifted up. Now go back to verse 10.
In verse 10 of Isaiah 11, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an enzyme of the people.
So Yahweh Shai is our sign. The people are his elect. All right, go ahead.
It shall the Gentiles seek.
And that Gentiles is talking about Israelites. Plain and simple. Go ahead.
And his rest shall be glorious.
All right, so we're entering into the rest of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, and it's going to be glorious. Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 1, verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
And that's real quick. Hold that thought right there. Go back to Revelation 22 and 1.
This is the book of Revelations 22, verse 1.
And bring forth the fruit in its due season, man. Being planted by that river of flowing water that's coming straight out of the throne of Yahweh and unto the Lamb. Go ahead.
And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh and of the Lamb.
Who's also that branch. Keep going.
In the midst of the street of it.
The Lamb being the branch of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And of either side of the river was there the tree of life.
The tree of life, man. That's a tree planted by the rivers of living water. That rivers of living water is the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is a living word. Go ahead.
Which bear 12 manner of fruit.
That's the 12 tribes of Israel, man. That are being risen up as a nation. That's being a tree that's growing in adverse times, in a adverse setting, right? In a desert, where in a dry land, and we're the only ones that have water. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. Go ahead.
And yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
So every month in due season, going back to what you just read, read it again.
And he shall be like a tree, Psalms 1 and 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth
shall prosper.
Man, because he said, I shall work a thing, and even though you believe it not, he's going to plant a river in a dry land. And that river is the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and this dry land is America, man. And this is where the root of all the salvation is going to, majority of salvation is going to come from. You got one? Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and I'm going to start at verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusts in the Lord and whose hope the Lord is.
Come on, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai is our hope. Nobody else has hope. Go ahead.
For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river.
Come on, man. And everybody knows the trees that are planted by the river, those roots are the strongest trees on the earth. So that, but here's a tree that's been planted in the middle of a desert, right? In the middle of a dry land, and next to a river that was in the middle of a dry land. That river just appeared out of nowhere. So that river wasn't there before. But this place was prepared for us to go into captivity, man. And the Lord is going to make a springing well in this place. Somebody get Zechariah 13:1, huh?
Called oasis.
That's what that river is going to turn into, an oasis, like an abundance of water. Keep going.
And shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit.
We're not going to cease from yielding fruit. We're not going to start working because of a drought. Nah, it ain't going to be no drought with this river, man. It ain't going to be like the Hoover Dam shit. All right, ain't no drying up for this river, man. All right, that's a pure river of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Somebody got that? Zechariah 13:1.
13:1.
Yeah.
Zechariah 13:1.
But we had to be cleansed first and get John chapter 15 verse 1 all the way through.
It says, in that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David.
All right, that fountain is what we need is for cleansing, man. All right, to the house of David, man. That's the elect. Go ahead.
It says, into the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
All right, who are the inhabitants of Jerusalem, man? You got to be a citizen first to be an inhabitant of Jerusalem. 2/3 of our people don't want their citizenship. They want their citizenship in Egypt. Go ahead.
It says for sin and for uncleanness.
All right, so now for sin and uncleanliness. So we had to be cleansed first in order to turn back for the Lord. So how did that cleansing process start? It started with John coming out paving the way for Yahweh to be that true fountain, giving that living water in the dry land. And it happened again to this day in these times with Abba Bibbins and transition all the way down from the apostles to the elders. All right, yeah, bring it out.
This is St. John chapter 15, verse 1. I am the true vine.
Boom, the true vine, the true branch. All right, that's going to be planted, that willow tree that's going to be planted for us to flourish from. Go ahead.
And my Father is the husbandman.
All right, so now that goes back to Revelation 22. There was a pure river that came from the throne of Yahweh and from the Lamb, man. All right.
Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit.
All right, so you're gonna have other trees trying to grow in this wilderness, but the Lord's gonna chop them down, man, according to Matthew chapter 3.
Yeah, you can't just show up and drink out the river. You gotta ask somebody that was already drinking.
Come on. You gotta ask them how to drink.
Ask them how to drink it.
Come on. All right. Going back into the list.
So you're done at that point? Okay.
Oh, wait, you have one in the
Yeah, go ahead and bring
All
it
right, go
out.
ahead.
This book of Revelation, 21st, 5 and 6. And he that set up upon the throne say, behold, I make all things new. And he say unto me,
that's reviving us.
Yep.
That's what he's doing right now. Making all things new. And what does it say in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 26? You on the way now?
Yeah, I'm there now.
All right, go ahead.
and say unto me, write, for this word are true and faithful. And he say unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
And that's what these elites are going to find out. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is the beginning and the end. All right. So now what it is the battle of the wits. You got their wisdom according to Daniel 28 said they're wise. Ezekiel 28 saying that they're wiser than Daniel. There's no secret hid from them. But then you have the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, all right, which is contrary to the wisdom of this world. And you're gonna confine the wisdom of this world with this Holy Spirit, bro.
Yeah, with the weak things of the world.
Weak things of the world. All right.
and I will give unto him that is author of the fountain of the water of life freely.
And that waters of life is going to be in this dry land, America, man. The waters of life is going to be, so it doesn't matter what their agendas are, because the Lord got an agenda of his own. All right, so it doesn't matter what they can come up with all the plans that they want, and the Lord gave them like ultimate wisdom of this carnal knowledge. He gave it to them because he wanted something to combat against, man. Just like how he rose up Pharaoh, right? So the whole earth thought Pharaoh was a god. He made the whole earth feel like Pharaoh was a god. But then he showed his true power within that. And he's doing the same thing today. That's why this is spiritually Nineveh. This is spiritually Egypt. This is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right. So the Lord is going up against all the wickedness from the beginning all the way till now. He's going up against all that, standing tall like David against the giant. Go ahead. Yeah.
This Romans,
We're about to get back to the point.
this Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. For whom he did foreknow, he did also predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son.
All right. So now he did predestine. Like, what is it? It's in the book of Isaiah. It says, be an example of to the stone that you are hewn after, meaning carved, shaped into. We're being shaped into your, like being carved like Yahweh Shai, man.
That he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren.
God.
Moreover, who he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified.
So what is the point of us being called out, or us being the church, right? If the Lord is not going to justify his calling out for us, all right? If he's not going to glorify his calling out for us, it wouldn't be no point. But what the point is, it's a gift to his son, and we just get to be partakers in it. All right, so the Lord made us a promise, and he put a stamp on it, and he said, call me into the remembrance of the promise that I made to thee. All right, so that's why we call out to the Lord. That's why we pray to the Lord to deliver us from this hellhole. But in the midst of our deliverance, we want to have that Nat Glover spirit, but not in a carnal perspective. We want to do that spiritually. We want to rise Israel up spiritually. We want Israel to be in the know of what they need to know. We want Israel to have that understanding, man.
Be enlightened.
Go ahead. Nat Turner, yeah, same thing. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You got it.
Verse 31. What shall we say then to these things? If God be for us, who could be against us?
So it don't matter what agenda that they come up with. Agenda 99, Addendum 56, it doesn't matter.
Order 66.
Order 79, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. The Lord, who could be against us if the Lord is for us? So we want them, hey, pile on your ideas, man. You need us to help you out? You know? Just like how who was it Elijah that had when he had the altar, and he told him, burn y'all altar, go ahead, do everything you can to bring y'all power to the earth, and I'll do the same. I'll wait. He said, oh, maybe your God had something that they had to do. He'll be here. He's just tearing a little bit, but he's coming.
Maybe he's asleep, taking a nap.
Yeah, he's taking a nap.
Maybe using the bathroom.
Also, if I may add on to Yahweh Shai himself, when the soldiers came to him, man. Hey, shit, if it wasn't for my father, you wouldn't even be here. So therefore, whatever the hell y'all got planned, hey, shit, it's already in the power of the Lord. Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, man. So therefore, hey, shit, he feel that I can take everything on my plate. So y'all here for a goddamn reason, man. So hey, you're not gonna give us nothing that we're not prepared for.
For real, the Lord was like, can you hurry up and take me to jail so these prophecies can come to pass?
Right, like the 300.
Come
on. Yep. Fight in the shade.
We're gonna fight in the shade, man, in a dark, weary land. The Lord is hiding his precious jewels in the midst of danger, man. And that's a beautiful thing. Those are the blessed ones, according to 2 Ezra chapter 13. Those are the ones that are most blessed, the ones that are in the heat of the danger, because that's when the Lord's going to show his most power.
Let's get Habakkuk.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house.
Right, so that's what America has done. That's what Esau has done. They have coveted an evil covetousness to their house, man. A bad thing, you know, plotting against the children of Israel. All right, all this idolatry that they do in this place and bloodshed. So they've coveted an evil covetousness to their house, so that they may be safe from any evil, from being destroyed, from being poor. All right. So to keep themselves from being in poverty, going back to Edom, to keep themselves from being in poverty, they coveted the evil covetousness to their house, took us in slavery. All right, go ahead.
That he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Right, so there you go. See that? So they want to set their nest on high so that they may be delivered from any damn bad thing, man. They don't want to go through no hell. But the Lord said they're going to go through hell, man. All right, they're going to go through hell in our kingdom, in Yahushua's kingdom. 1 second.
All right, this is Isaiah. Slacky, go ahead.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 16. No, Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 13. Whosoever, Shalaki, whoso reward of evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house.
There you go. See that? So that's what they've done to the children of Israel. They rewarded nothing but evil to us, and we've done nothing to them. All right, our people are marching, singing, "We shall overcome."
No justice, no peace.
You know what I mean? They took the Martin Luther King route instead of Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? But he said what? Because they've done that, evil shall never depart. Meaning the Lord got a target on this place. All right, go ahead, brother.
This Isaiah 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Right.
Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily heavily laid the yoke, and thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever.
Right.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
There you go, man. And the ancient of our people represents our forefathers that were in slavery, man. You know, our great grandparents that were in slavery, man. They laid a heavy yoke upon them. That was that first yoke. That same yoke is being placed on us now through the financial system. All right, and through their indoctrination at these schools. You see that? So they laid a heavy yoke, and they said, "What? America want to sit as a queen forever." But look at Rome. You know, look at Egypt. Look at Nineveh. That's what we're talking about right now. All right, when was the fall of Nineveh? 612 BC. All right, the Lord propped Nineveh up, brought Nineveh up when you were still dealing with the Canaanite nations. You know, you still had who was that? The Egyptians. Yeah, the Egyptians ruled. All right, but the Lord raised up the Assyrians. They copied right off the Egyptians, stole all the temples and stuff, and they had the same God, same idols. So they just kind of tweaked it a little bit. You know, they stole all their water reservoirs, because that's biblical, man. The Lord's speaking about those times, because around that time period that the brother was reading about, during the times of Egypt and all that, they were building deserts. They were building water reservoirs out in the desert. And that's what the Assyrians wanted from the Egyptians. They honored and admired the Egyptians. All right. So now America's been propped up just like Nineveh. Okay, go ahead.
Nineveh.
Somebody was reading.
Oh,
you were done with that, right?
I was done with that.
Oh yeah, kind of. So yeah, in the same way, you know, so they laid a heavy yoke on our the foreparents, which were in slavery, and we still under that damn yoke.
And that's spoken of in Deuteronomy, how he put a yoke upon our neck until he destroyed thee.
Until we destroyed completely. All right, according to the Father's will.
They created a new form of slavery, and it was once said the best slave is the one that thinks he's free.
There you go. Yep.
So now with this financial system, that man, listen, like
who was that? Willie Lynch.
They
found a new way to keep us lynched, hanging on them trees. Strange fruit, hanging from the poplar tree.
What does it say? What does it say in the scripture? It says the debtor is always oppressed by the lender, or always under the yoke of the lender. So who's the debtor? We are. Who's the lender? Esau.
Right. That's a curse. The Lord said we're going to go to them for the want of all things. All right. Go ahead, Nahum. Oh no, Habakkuk. Habakkuk was that, right?
This is the book back at Habakkuk 2 and 10.
Yeah.
Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people. It has sinned against thy soul.
Right. See that? So they consulted shame to their house. What's that? America. and also Esau in general, man. That goes into Obadiah. Shame shall cover thee. All right.
Quick interjection.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Job 20 and 11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
There you go, man. So his bones are filled with the sins of their youth. What's that? There you go. Esau's handiwork. Everybody want to forget it, but the Lord says it's going to follow them all the way to their destruction. The Lord is a so-called black man. That's right. His name is Yahushua. That's right, man. And he's about to show up. And he says it's going to follow them all the way until the last day of their destruction, man. The end of Esau's world. It's going to go down with them in the grave. Why? Because the elect are going to remember it. The elect are going to be in the kingdom, and the elect are going to remember all the atrocities that Esau did to us. And they got to pay for it. So they're going to follow them in the grave. And that goes into the scripture where it speaks about Esau being in hell, lifting up their eyes. That's talking about right here on the earth. All right, you have something?
Isaiah 14.
All right, let's bring it out. Let's come on, keep that power. Y'all had what I was doing.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21.
All right, let's get it.
It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
There you go, man. All right, so the Lord getting tired of it. They're not going to fill the face of the world with cities anymore. You know? And that's just it, man. Building that damn caveman mindset. All right, let's get back to this. All right.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 11. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it.
Right, and what is that? Basically, everything they built up here, all the slavery that we went through, all the monuments they got, all the school books, everything that was built on the back of slaves is going to be a witness to these damn devils when your house shall show up. All right? And that's just it. It's not going to be any way out of it. And they're going to still get caught with us in their hand. Go ahead, brother.
This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Right,
so for their violence against their brother Jacob, for their violence against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, shame is going to cover them. You already see it now. They're trying to hide things. They're trying to censor. Well, like the elder was saying, no works are going to follow them, and that's going to cause shame upon them. Right. And they're ashamed. They are ashamed of what they did. So in that, they're going to be cut off.
Right.
Forever.
And how they're going to be shamed is that goes with Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Let's get that real quick. Somebody with Bible shot. Wisdom of Solomon 5, man. And there's really not only 2/3.
I got it.
And these other heathens, but Esau, man. They think we nobodies.
You want to get to the point, verse 7?
Yeah. Verse 7.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter
6.
5. Oh.
No, 4. 4. It's like 4.
Verse 4? Yeah. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 4. We fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor.
Right, see? They want our end. They want to see us destroyed. But they can't. Every time they try to destroy us, the Lord what? Populates, have us populate more and more.
I got you.
Yep, you got one?
Yep. This is Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, was give the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon for the and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shai is his name. If those ordinances depart before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
Right, man. So you still got the sea and the tide. The tide is still going up and down because of the manipulation of the sun and the moon. That process is still there today. So the Lord still has his men on this earth, man. He still got Israelites on this earth. All right? That's just clear. So they try to perform something called genocide many times with our nation. They can't do it. They can't destroy us. Because of Yahweh Shem Shai. That was it. Somebody else read? Somebody read something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Wisdom of Solomon 5.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints?
Right. They think we just a bunch of NIGGAs. You know, they're like, how is he And him, the one that was in the ghetto, the ones out there teaching, prophesying on the corners.
Same way they did Yahweh.
Yeah, same way they did him.
Carpenter's son.
What did it say? Can anything good come out of Nineveh?
Anything? Yeah, that's Jake. You know, Jake.
Yeah,
Like, I'm talking about Esau. You know,
God.
Esau look at us like we nothing too. They used to make fun of us. You know, when what was that movie, man? When the little boy was reading, and they was like, he started reading the Bible to him. He was acting like he couldn't read clear, and the 3 Edomites was up there, and they was like, "Yo,
Birth of a nation.
Birth of the nation.
birth of a nation," and they was like, "Yeah, it's okay. He's just praying to the wind.
Yeah,
You know?
you don't know what he reading.
They don't know what he's reading. See that? They don't take us serious, but they don't know that's our power against Esau. All right. No, that's it on that. Wait, what? One more.
Verse 6 of chapter 5 of Wisdom of Solomon. Therefore have we erred from the way of the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us.
Right. Not only 2/3 of our people, but also Esau. They think they got the light. They think they got the wisdom. But no, the Lord never was dealing with them, man. All right, the Lord ain't dealing with them. He pushed them to the left-hand side with darkness. But to them, darkness is their light. They look at darkness as beauty. To them, it is the light, just like on Star Wars. He wanted to go more into the darkness.
And the main reason they went into the darkness is it wasn't to help anyone. It was to help themselves. They just wanted power. That's all they wanted when they went to the dark side. They just wanted power. They just want to get stronger, just so that way they could be stronger. That's it.
That's it, man.
Control and power.
That's all this is about. This whole setup, America, this New World Order, World War III, everything they're doing is all about them gaining more power. They want to control the whole earth now. All right. Come on, somebody, go bring him up. Go ahead, brother.
This book of Isaiah 50, 10 and 11.
Yep.
Who is among you that fear the Lord, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, that obey the voice of his servant, that walk in the darkness and hath no light? Let him trust in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and stay upon his God, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire, that compass yourself about with a spark, walk in the light of your fire, and in the spark that ye have kindled. This should ye have on my hand, ye should lie down in sorrow.
There you go, man. So that goes into
My English.
that was great. All right, so that goes into what? The light that they have is darkness, man. And the light that we have is the true fire that keeps you warm and comforted, and you can cleanse with it. All right? But the light that they have is nothing but darkness, man. That was a perfect, beautiful precept. Yeah, man. Go ahead, brother. He said, yeah. He told them to trust in the fire that they kindled. You camp over there. Go ahead, Esau. You deal with what you got to deal with.
Yeah. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
There you go. Who is that? These damn Edomites. All right. So their habitation is high. Something called the Great City, America. All right. The place of confusion. Also over there in Europe. That's why they call themselves the elites, the exalted ones or whatever. They try to create a low and a high, upper class, lower class. All right. That's dumb, man. But the Lord said what? They deceived themselves. Trusting in their fire, trusting in the left hand, trusting in the devil, trusting in their own vain thinking. All right. And precepts with rock, man.
I got
We got a bunch of them.
You have one first.
Let's run it down the line. Yeah.
All right, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 29. It says, they that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare.
Right. So they rejoiced at our fall, man. The Lord didn't forget that. All right. They ain't just put us into slavery. They try to do overkill. Okay, go ahead.
It says, in anguish shall consume them before they die.
Right. See that? He said, the same shall know it after death by pain. So they're going to go through pain, a painful death. Just like Antiochus Epiphanes did. Just like Alexander did, man. Alexander was so tight because he died in Egypt. He wanted to die in Greece. He couldn't even make it back to Egypt. Greece. All right, so he died in a strange land, just like they try to make us do. All right, that was it on that?
Oh, that was it.
All right, go ahead. The bar, and then Brother Hill.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
All right. He said what? He said raise it. The one that said raise it, raise it. What does the word raise it mean? It means to destroy it. All right. The word raise it means to destroy. That's a military or an ancient term. You've been hearing Iran say that lately. Iran said they're going to raise America. See that? So that's what he means. You can type it in on Google, it come up. Somebody can do a lesson on it or something. But he said the one that said raise it, even into the ground. What's that? 586 BC. They were right there when the Babylonians, they had a treaty with us that they broke. The peace treaty, and they broke that peace treaty, man. All right. And when they broke that peace treaty, they did it again in 70 AD. So they the ones saying raise it, bring it down. They want us to fall. All right. There's more on that. All right. He said shame gonna cover him.
That was no.
Talking about this one. What is it?
Verse 8?
Yeah.
Come on, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
There you go. That's right, man. We're gonna be happier for it. They were happy. They were smiling on there. We can't be happy. All right. Yep, go ahead, brother.
Verse 9 of Psalms 137.
Daughter of Babylon, America, these damn Edomites.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Can't imagine it now. But in the kingdom, that's what it's gonna be. Can't imagine it. For what? I don't know. We might just be having a good day, and that's part of our good day.
17,000 down, 298. Well, think about it. You know, they say only good Israelite is a dead one. So that's what they were thinking at that time when we were going through our suffering. All right, so now we don't want no more wickedness. The Lord might be like, hey, nah, he gonna go up into something. Nah, get him off the earth right now. That's his judgment.
Yeah.
Every time he come back, get rid of him.
Yep. And the same way they're trying to use their technology to monitor our feelings, the Lord monitoring their damn feelings. And He gonna want them to feel everything that they put us through.
Ooh, they want fear.
Yep, fear, man.
I got you.
Yep. Go ahead, and then let me know. Oh, you got it already?
Yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, thy power, that pleadeth the case of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Yep.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
There you go. That's a lot in that, man. So basically, we laid down. They walked right over us like a doormat. All right, and that goes into what? I missed the point. It was a point I missed.
Want to go?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, we got to stop at these precepts.
All right, This Isaiah 51 and 22. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shai, thy power, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling.
There you go. The cup of trembling, man. He said what? We were going to be in the land in a situation where we were going to be groping in the dark. All right. Right, man. You know? He said in the day we're going to wish it was nighttime. And in the nighttime, we're going to wish that it was daytime. You know? Running around the whole damn earth, running from these damn devils.
All right. It says, behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling.
Right, so the Lord took that out of our hand through Yahushua. Go ahead.
It says, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, thou shalt no more drink it again.
There you go. So we're not going to drink it again. That's it. We're not going to slavery ever again, man, from what the sacrifice that Yahushua did. You know, why? Because we're going to be made perfect. All right? You know, so the Lord said He's gonna put it into their hands. You know, give them reason to tremble. All right, appreciate it.
All right, Con. This is the book of. This is the book. This is Isaiah 14 as verse 4.
Yeah.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say,
right, the king of Babylon is the president. Go ahead.
How have the oppressor ceased the golden city?
Right, this proverb is being taken up right now. Russia and all these countries are saying America has been weakened. Even Trump said it. Trump said America's finally been weakened to his knees. So the golden city, you know, this was their beacon, man. You know, this is what they used to run the world with. This, you know, the place of their wealth. But now, he said, how has it ceased, man? Cease from existing. Go ahead.
The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked.
So the Lord is breaking their power in the earth right now as we speak. Who's the wicked that is talking about there? Esau and his elites, the Illuminati, Lucifer. All right. So the Lord said He's breaking their power, which is America, in the earth. That now it helps you see why the Lord is so focused on America. Because that's their power. That's what they're using. Go ahead.
And the scepter of the rulers, he who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke.
See that? They smote who? What's the people? The people are the Israelites. And they smote us with a continuous stroke, using America to do it. All right.
He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
There you go, man. So yep, now he's gonna be persecuted. And none gonna hinder it. Then anybody gonna be able to stop it. All right. So now he's gonna be persecuted in our kingdom, in Yahushua's kingdom. We were persecuted in theirs. Now he's gonna be persecuted. Go ahead. And nobody gonna stop it from happening.
The whole earth is at rest.
That's right. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we the Israelites of the Bible. That's right, man. The Father's name is Yahweh. His son name Yahushua. They've been lying to us. Jesus is the name of Baal. Jesus. It means Zeus. Common sense, right? Go ahead, brother.
Come on. They break forth into singing.
Right, go ahead. So we're going to break forth into singing. Go ahead.
Yeah, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee.
Right. No, go ahead, come on.
And the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feather is come up against us.
Right, so even the trees going to rejoice. What's that? Them destroying the earth. Tearing down all the trees. Even the trees are going to rejoice. How they're going to rejoice? They're going to start growing everywhere again.
Busting up all this damn concrete.
All the concrete. That's a rejoicing of the world, the earth. But he said what? The last part?
He said, no feather has come up against us.
See that? The word feller means fallen one. That's what Esau is. They're a fallen state, fallen people. They're at the bottom, a base man. But he said what? Ever since then, nobody's going to be able to come up against us, man. Nobody's going to stop us from putting a foot in their damn back. I don't want to put my foot in nobody's ass. All right. Precept. Go ahead, brother. All right. Yeah, any more precepts too? We can run them real quick and then get back to it.
All right. This is Job, chapter 18, verse 10. The snare is laid for him in the ground and a trap for him in the way.
Right. So the Lord laid the snare already upon the earth. It's there. And it's in their way. He got it ahead of them. That's called prophecy. So the Lord set it up in the future for these devils. All right. So as they moving forward, their perdition and their judgment is waiting on them.
All right. Verse 11.
The Lord basically saying he got a cake baked for them already when they get there.
God says, verse 11.
Whoa, Salaki. That goes into the Lord saying hell is stirred up to meet that coming.
You want to get it?
No, that's good.
Okay.
It's cool.
All right. Verse 11. Terror shall take him, terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet.
There you go. So you're going to drive America to their feet, make them have to fight. just like Nineveh had to fight against Nebuchadnezzar. All right, Nineveh was forced to fight in the same way on a 3-2 battle front against Babylon and the Medes. Okay, so they were forced to fight twice. He was forced to stand up and fight. All right, go ahead. That goes into Daniel 7 as well.
Verse 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side.
Right, because it's like a lion. You know how lions attack an elephant? They try to surround it until it gets tired. Or like a fox, like they would do with a buffalo. So that's what these nations are doing to America. They keep circling it. They're getting themselves in an array against it, and they're plucking away at it, man. Plucking away at it. like worms do. That's why the Lord said the canker worm is under thee, putting holes in their system, putting holes in their economy, picking the feathers off this damn bird until it's naked.
Verse 13, it shall devour the strength of his skin, even the first.
It's going to devour the strength of his skin. That goes into Revelation where it talks about the Illuminati. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, man. They, yeah, where they gave power to it to the Lord.
Revelation 17 and 16.
Yeah, I knew it was 17. As everyone said.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 16.
It'd be like Mark chapter 2.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
No, go up a little bit more.
Come on, verse 14. Where you want me to start at?
Where you at?
I'm at 14. 17.
17?
Yeah, we got 17.
All right. Let's start from
16. All right, come on. This is the book of Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate.
Right, that's the European Union and NATO, all those nations that's acting like they with America. You know, the mask gonna be taken off soon, and you're gonna really see the plan that they have for this place. They said they wanted to lag behind, but soon they're gonna stop letting it circle the drain. They're gonna pull the plug.
Hey, come, I add on because the bishop Kanak did a lesson pertaining to how Russia cutting off oil to Europe.
Yeah.
All right, so that's even the European nations. They go hate America, man. The spearhead, you know, which ultimately they back and help push. They go come against it ultimately because they pretty much tired of dealing with it or carrying it alone, just a dead weight.
Yeah, well, they say the mother that have brought.
I got it.
You got it.
Yep. This is you want to get to the point and go further up because it talks about Russia in the beginning.
Good.
All right.
You're kind of all over the place.
All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her from thence.
Well, yeah, we just said that. So the Lord is raising up all these nations from the north, what they call Eastern Eurasia, or Eurasia. Countries call it Russia. If Russia was to attack America, it would come through Canada. So it's up, it's north. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and they shall set themselves array against her. From thence she shall be taken.
Right, from thence. Once they, so that's what we're watching. We're watching like Voltron. We see Voltron got one arm and two legs. You know, like Ezekiel 38 happening. But we gotta wait till they all fully form together, like Africa, Turkey, you know. And then the Lord said, "What? From what?"
It says, and for lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves array against her. From thence she shall be taken.
There you go. From that point. All right, go ahead. The Lord gonna change it.
Their arrows shall be as of the mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
There you go, man. The Lord gonna make sure they land on their mark. You know, so none shall return in vain. So it's gonna have a mighty expert man. They're gonna be fully trained, fully equipped, man. AI technology as well.
And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord.
Right. So anybody that want to go up for grabs and take from this place, they're gonna be satisfied with what they do. So if a nation, one of these lesser, weaker nations want to join in and attack America, their missile going to land. They want to take something from this place, it's going to happen. All right, Saudi Arabia, anything they want to do, the Lord like, hey, I got them, I'm holding them, go ahead and get your hit in.
Because they were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye destroyer of my inheritance, because ye were grown fat as the heifer at grass.
Right, that's that nationalism mindset. Nationalism. What is nationalism? Is when a Jake think he's American, and they fighting for a mirage just because they were born here. So they're stuck in that mindset of nationalism. Even a lot of these Edomites, you know, for this place, United States, when it's really a mirage. So the Lord, like, you fighting for this when you really just the hammer. The real leaders are these damn elites over here in Europe. That's where the power is at.
Who holding the hammer?
Who's holding the hammer?
Verse 12.
And the Lord said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, that he put the hammer in their hand and gave them the power.
Verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold,
Right, so that's England. That's basically Europe, man. Right? England, Britain, all these countries over there in Europe, they're ashamed of America right now. And that prophecy gonna play out even more when they continue to make America the gazing stock. And the Lord lift up her skirt to show her nakedness. All right.
It says, and the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished.
The hindermost of the nations, right? What does that mean? That goes into Daniel chapter 7. It was the last of the little horn. It was the most hindered one of the nations. And he said, what? That place is going to be destroyed because of the wrath of the Lord. See that? So when we see all these missiles in World War III break out, that's the Lord doing that. All right. Awkward silence. Let's keep going. I'm used to it now. Let's rock.
Bring out that precept. Just talking about
go ahead.
They're gonna make it desolate. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2. I'm gonna bring out verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
Yeah, let's talk about the missiles, man. They're gonna be fully equipped with AI technology, man. You know, they're gonna be shot from Russia over here or submarines from the water. You know, so they can shoot all the way from their land. America can't do that. America has to send out submarines to do that. But Russia, they can shoot from their land all the way over here to America. They got missiles that can do that.
We only see the map in one way. They're a lot closer to us than everybody thinks they are.
Yeah,
they're a lot closer to Alaska, Canada, and stuff. They're very close to us.
They are undestructible.
Right.
2 more verses. 2 more. Verse 6. Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Oh, all their faces shall gather blackness. What's that? That's like in that movie, and they looking up. You know, they said before it hits them though. So they looking up, and that shadow go over them. The Lord looking at it from that view. Like he's seeing it happen. You know what I mean? He's seeing the missiles go over them. They're going, oh shit. All right, go ahead.
And they shall march every one on his ways.
They're gonna be zooming right past them, shooting all over the place.
And they shall not break their ranks.
They're not going to break ranks. They're not going to be able to be destroyed or thrown off or hacked. All right, that goes into AI technology they got set up. Yep, go ahead, brother.
Verse 8, neither shall one thrust another.
Yep, they're not going to bump into each other. They're not going to be stopped by any missile defenses. They're going to be zigzagging. What's that? The invincible missile that go around everything.
We're seeing the AI be built up right now.
Yep.
People tell they tell AI to paint a picture of something. They're helping it learn faster.
Yeah, that's right. Algorithm. But it's not really learning. It's just copying. Just like Google. Basically, to understand AI, you gotta just think about Google. Google didn't have all the information before we put it in there.
Right. Exactly.
You ain't about to fool me.
Exactly.
Damn that. It got a lot of information now, but we put it in there. All the searches and stuff like that. Yeah.
You'll search up something,
copy and paste. That's what
and then they'll be like, "Oh, we don't have that," and then they'll go get some more stuff on that. So next time you look it up, they have the information on it just because you put it in there.
Yeah, that's all it is. They ain't got no soul. That's why the Lord said they can speak or move not. They don't have no soul in it, man. But they like because it moves, they're gonna believe in it. That was it on that, brother. All right. Any more precepts quick before we get back to the point? We're still on the point though.
I got one. It's Revelations chapter 17.
All right, after you, Barak. Go ahead, brother.
In 8, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition.
Right. That's talking about the Roman Empire. Go ahead. Oh, that's it.
The revamped Roman Empire,
yeah, America.
Being America.
There you go.
And it says, and go into perdition. So America is bound for destruction to be destroyed. But
really the Roman Empire too. That's really talking about the Roman Empire, yeah.
Because if you can read further,
Yeah, that's talking about the Roman Empire.
it'll say he is the eighth and of the seven. That's going into America.
No, the eighth that is of the seven, that's Roman Empire.
All right. Like,
Yeah, that's the Roman Empire. Remember, they fell. The Roman Empire fell.
right.
And then it fell to his own people. It was called the sack of Rome. So a lot of those same countries that they're naming back then, the Franks and all them, the Visigoths, they started attacking the Roman Empire. But they were all family. But so it was of them, and then it fell. And then it rose up again later. You know, the Roman Empire. But it's still going into America too, though. You know what I mean? But that's still talking about the Roman Empire. All right. Let's keep going. Where we at? Precepts. Sure. All right.
You want to continue with Nahum?
Let's go to Nahum.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 3. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses.
Right. Yep. So the horseman lifted up the sword, right? And the glittering spear, man, got all kind of weapons over here. You know? So that's what you see in this place. And people fall for that. What they say, go down to Egypt for help. Yeah, Babakasha. That's right, man. So they go down to Egypt for help because they see all of this. And being in the desert, you see the mirage, the circus. And they created courts. They created everything. They created everything you would need to make it like a solid government or a nation. But it's all a scam, man. It's all a mirage.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many.
Yeah, because they got many of them. See that? Because all this stuff is built up in this place. People trust in it. They trust in the military and all that.
All right. And it said, and in horsemen, because they are very strong.
Right. They trust in the military.
Right. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek their Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
See that? They haven't done that yet. They'll say our fighting soldiers fighting for our freedom over in the Middle East. What freedom, man? And what they're doing in the Middle East. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
It's Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon them that smote them.
Right, yeah, right. So that's the elect. All right, the elect are not going to stay on that shit, like focusing on them and looking to them for help. Going to them for in the midst of a famine, going down to their hospitals, rushing to their hospitals, going to get the what. Trying not to go there, but yeah, their technology.
I says
they're gonna, if anything, trusting in them gonna get you put in the concentration camp, getting your head cut off.
It says, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon them that smote them, but shall stay upon.
Right. So escape. The ones that escape are the speckled bird Israelites that escape from the snare of the fowler. All right, go ahead, brother.
It says they shall stay upon the Holy One of Israel in truth.
There you go. And what did we read in the beginning? The Lord is nigh unto those that call unto him in truth. All right. So we're gonna stay on the Lord, and that's what we're doing. We're focusing on the Lord, man. Right. Go ahead, Gabar.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, starting at verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right.
That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Right, and that happened during the time of Pharaoh Necho. All right, our people started trusting in Pharaoh, and they knew about Babylon popping up around the 6th century BC. But our people, they knew the Lord just brought us out of Egypt, and our people want to go back to Egypt. They wanted to be up under Pharaoh Necho. And that's why the Lord said, because you trusting in Egypt, okay, then I'm gonna bring Babylon against you. All right, and that's when Baba Kushal, yep. That's when our people were paying taxes to Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, and they thought Nebuchadnezzar lost the battle to Pharaoh Necho, Egypt. So they were like, shit, forget Babylon. We ain't paying them no more. Let's go over here to Egypt and pay them. And then that's when the Lord was like, look at these fools going over here to Egypt. Now you're going to take your ass in Babylon, just like Jeremiah told you. He said, go into Babylon, you know, and do what I said.
And mess around and don't go and see what happens.
See what happened. They try to go to Egypt.
Yep.
See that?
Yep.
So the same thing today. The Lord said, our people have not asked at his mouth. Who's his mouth? The prophets. How to strengthen themselves. Instead, they want to strengthen themselves in this place through money, resources, Bitcoin, education in this society, whatever they can do. Instead of the Lord, guns. Thank you. That's even better. Doomsday prepping. That's perfect. There you go. Go ahead, Doc.
The book of Psalms, chapter 106, starting at verse 13. They soon forgot his works. They waited for his counsel, but they lusted exceedingly in the wilderness and tempted Yahweh in the desert. And he gave them their request, but sent leanness into their souls.
There you go. You want to point on that? Yeah, point on
Basically, our people running to Egypt, and they try to, trust in horses. And the Lord, he gives them their request, but he sent leanness into their souls. Yeah. So they can't, ultimately, they can't get this truth and they can't understand it.
Yep. He sent leanness. They ain't going to gain no weight. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Going back on the point about how people go down to Egypt for help. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
And make a flesh his arm.
That's right. Yeah, make a flesh their arm. You know?
And whose heart departed from the Lord.
Right,
so our people, 2/3 of our people still, trusting in this system, man. And the more they trust in this system, the more they are departed from the Lord, man. Because they're trusting and they have their faith and their hope in this system, man. It's gonna lead them astray.
Yep, make a flesh their arm, man. They trusting in man. Cursed to be the man that trusteth in man. Make it flesh their arm, meaning strength. All right, the Lord is our strength. Go ahead, Gabar. Kabash.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let's go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So our people, they like being under the heathens. They don't want to rule themselves. They like what they got going on in America. They want Esau dollar. They want Esau property. They want everything Esau got from the indoctrination, all that.
Right, because they're actually of the darkness, so they love the darkness. They don't want the light. Right? Yahweh is the true name of the Lord, man. Okay? But our people don't care about that. You don't hear me though.
Bring this up. Yeah, go ahead, bro. This is the book of Jeremiah 12 and 13. They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. So all this laboring, like the brother was saying, guns and having these
riches, and,
all that is not going to profit in the day of the Lord, because even if you have it, man, you can have only so much, where it's going to be a burden unto you, man.
And that's a good point to make, because if you're trying these things right and everything keeps failing, look at that as a blessing, man. And open your eyes and turn to Yahweh by Shem.
Man, keep you from.
He's keeping you from it, man. Lord trying to keep you from destruction.
Hey, what I thought you said it before. He's like, I think we blacklisted or something. Right? That's the word, blacklisted. God. Anything you try in this society, you just can't succeed as far as celebrity, fame, or entertainment.
The Lord be like, try me.
There you go.
Try me.
Right.
Matter of fact, I got you.
And we don't have, the Lord is actually keeping us from ourselves. He's saving us from ourselves. That way towards to kill the old man. Go ahead, bro.
All right. This is Isaiah chapter 17, verse 7. At that day shall a man look to his maker, and his eyes shall have respect to the Holy One of Israel, and he shall not look to the altar of the works of his hands, neither shall respect that which his fingers have made, neither the groves nor the images.
Yep.
So basically, that's talking about idols, but
not just that. Everything they built. Yeah, you're right.
So going into that, you're gonna look to your maker. You're gonna look to Yahweh by Shem Shai for deliverance, man. You're gonna look at this other stuff like, no, that ain't nothing but paperweight. That ain't nothing but paperweight. The real deliverance comes from Yahweh by Shem Shai.
Right, man. Right. There's a lot on that, though. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Or you want to break it?
No, we good. We good. I'm gonna come through some of these precepts.
Huh.
All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 62. And I'm going to start at verse 7. And Yahweh is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in the Most High. Trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your heart before him. The Most High is a refuge for us.
Right. We can't. Go ahead. You want to speak?
Fine. And I just brought that out to show, you know what I'm saying, our people, that's our refuge, man. That's our salvation. We have to call on the Father, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls JC, for salvation, man.
Right.
You know, that's our refuge. That's our strong tower.
Right.
That's how we be protected from this upcoming destruction, man. There's no other way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you try to go by your own way, you're going to be found out to be a fool and a liar.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And if the way is not through Yahweh Bashim Shai, you're the opposite of what is spoken of in Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. You're not staying upon the Lord, you're staying upon the one that afflicted you and oppressed you, man.
No, trust in their oppression.
Yep. Yep. Them. You know what I mean? Most like people that are listening, they're not doing that.
God.
Right, bro.
Psalms 99.
I was saying something, brother. They're like, yeah, you don't believe. They're like, yo, I believe, brother.
Yeah. Like, I don't think a believer gonna be watching this.
Yeah. At this point.
Right, brother.
This is our Psalms 99. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, has not forsaken them that seek thee. You know, just to back the brother up, man, we're going to put our trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, in the time of trouble, the time of tribulation, man. Why? Because he's our refuge. And to back that up, you have Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, you know, and the righteous runneth into it and is safe, you know. Right, so that's going to differentiate the righteous from the wicked in the times of trouble, what they're going to do or what they're going to do, man.
It sounds like you're describing a kingdom.
God.
He's going to give us a castle. You know, he gave us watchers upon the walls, you know, we the watchers. And, you know, and the Lord said he's behind our walls and he stands for us, you know, and what you just said, a refuge, and then a strong tower. So a strong tower against the winds and against the flood, and a refuge for shelter, you know, from the heat and the rain. Yep.
Because he's bringing the heat, the rain, he's bringing all that. So he's going to protect the ones that believe in him from that.
Yep. And shelter from the animals, the beasts of the damn world, the people. Right, man, the hiding place. All right, where we at? You got a precept?
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all the ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
There you go, man. So all your ways, you got to acknowledge the Lord, man. Our people are not, 2/3 of our people are not set up to do that. That's just it. All right, in all your ways, you got to acknowledge the Lord, man. Yahweh Shai. Okay, he shall direct your paths, man. You know, not trying to get money involved with it. You know, in all your ways, you got to acknowledge Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, let's keep going. Oh, go ahead.
Book of Jeremiah 50:33 all the way to 36. Thus say the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took the captivity held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He should thoroughly plead their cause, that he might give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitant of Babylon.
And hey, Biden them quiet right now, man. The Lord gonna disquiet the hell out of them. But
Yep. Go ahead.
A sword is upon the Chaldeans, say the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and upon the inhabitant of Babylon.
Yep. And that quietness represents them being at peace. Now you good. Remember he said he's gonna make them he's gonna make the king of Babylon stand upon his feet.
And upon
gonna bring fear to them, man. And all kind of horrors in their way. Yep. They ain't gonna be at peace no more. Go ahead, brother.
And upon her prince and upon her wise men.
That's right. Upon her princes and upon her wise men. So the Lord is bringing fear and destruction upon America's wise men and their princes. What's that? The politicians, the religious leaders, the celebrities. That's their princes and their, you know, the upperclassmen. Right? So let's get back to Nahum.
I want to just read the title to this article real quick, just because you said that. Title to the article that I was reading the other day, it says, U.S. officials say biggest fear has come true as Russia cuts off gas supplies to Europe. So the U.S. biggest fear has come true. Why? Because it's dividing what they call the United Europe, the United European nations. A lot of those nations were once a part of the Soviet Union. So now, with that being said, if Russia's cutting off gas supply to them, what are they gonna do? They're gonna have to go to Russia for help. But that's also scripture, because the elder did a lesson on dealing with Ezekiel 38 the other day. All right, so they're gonna a lot of these countries are gonna go to Russia for safety. You know, so what does that do to America? It leaves America vulnerable. You're seeing America become the land of unwalled villages, man. No defense, no help, no nothing.
Yeah, they playing chess. Right now it's a tit for tat. Russia like, yo, you going over here to the Middle East? I'm going too. Hey, you going over here to talk to Saudi Arabia? Okay, cool. But Saudi Arabia can't do nothing without Russia. They're the OPEC +1. Russia's the +1. Okay, you want to get about 25, 75% towards America? That's cool. You're going to do it in 5 years? Well, check this out. Hey, Europe, we ain't sending no more gas.
So struggle for these 5 years.
Now let's see what you do. Yeah, that's right. Everything going to fall from the top. Whoever at the bottom, America about to feel it. That's right, man. So let's get to it. Nahum 3 again.
It's Nahum chapter 3, verse 3. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses.
Right, this was even back then.
And there is none end of their corpses.
Right, this was during the time of the Assyrian Empire. All right, 660 BC. That's when this was written. All right, that's when Nahum spoke this. All right, go ahead, brother.
They stumble upon their corpses.
So it was happening back then. It's gonna happen in this place, America, also spiritually known as Nineveh.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, and that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Right, and mistress of witchcraft, the mistress of what? Business. This is that place of traffic. All right, they operate under what? Masonry. You go up to Washington, D.C., the whole damn city is mapped out as a Masonic symbol. See that? And their witchcraft deals with their business, their dollar. All right, that's not but witchcraft. Why? Because it's an unjust balance. All right, the Lord said that's an abomination.
The mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft.
Right, so they sold us in slavery through the whoredoms of this place, man. You know, they sold us into slavery all over the world, you know, and made the slave trade. Built Wall Street off of us. Through their traffic, through their witchcrafts, man. Go ahead. Oh, we ain't done yet, though. Go ahead. No, I'm talking to we ain't done yet.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, in verse 26. He coveted greedily all the day long, but the righteous give it and spare it not. The sacrifices of the wicked is abomination. How much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind? So, come on, man. Ultimately, these heathen, these Edomites, they hoard up riches, you know, for the last days, and they give with a greedy mind. I mean, they do all things with a greedy mind, and they spare it not. But it says the sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. So all these things, you know, like the elder said, with Washington D.C. is mapped out as a Masonic symbol, all that stuff like that. That's
witchcraft.
Yeah, come on, witchcraft. Ultimately,
witchcraft. Dollars witchcraft. Go ahead,
and it's Joel 3:3, and it says, "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink." You know, so just like the brothers are saying, man, these heathens, they benefit, particularly Esau, Edom, they benefit off of our detriment, All right. Most importantly, they cast lots. They set traps for our people and sold a boy for harlot, man.
Yep.
You know.
That's right, brother. Yep. They made money off it called the slave trade. Go ahead. Yeah, point.
Yeah, just going back to Psalms 83. You know, all of them being Confederate, man, through the Trans-Saharan, the Transatlantic, all that just ultimately taking part in the same thing, man. You know, just profiting off of the backs of our people.
Yep, the backs of slaves, man.
That's on their hands. Ultimately, that blood is on their hands.
Blood money.
And back at the book of Habakkuk, the elder brought out, it's all gonna be a witness against them devils, man.
Right, man.
They're doing it right now as we speak.
Bloody city.
God,
it all comes together, man. That's what we painting a picture for you, like a puzzle. All right, somebody have something over here.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 17.
1 second, bro.
He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for
Right,
the
look at
upright.
America. You can take that so many ways. You can take Jake spending, getting money, spending. You can look at Esau chasing after money. Eventually, they're gonna like the Wile E. Coyote chasing and get hit with a fucking anvil. Then you got America. What did it say? The first part?
It says, Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 17.
Right.
He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man.
See that? Think about that one. As a country, all right, they love pleasures in this place. That's why they need so many resources here. So they just buying and buying. You know, GDP. You know, versus the debt, putting themselves in more debt, taking on loans.
oh God,
You know, spending. What they call a nation of consumers.
precept.
So those that love pleasure is gonna be poor.
Add on.
Yep.
Because you got this country in they in debt, but then they have this whole race of lottery. Like you got the lotto now is supposed to be $1.7 billion.
Yeah, everybody hype about it.
It don't make sense.
I mean, I was hyped too, but still. I wasn't hyped until somebody said, "Hey, you playing?" And I was like, "You know what? I think I will." But yeah, look at that though. It's all about money in this place, and basically that's the trap. That's the rat race. They create the dollar. They create pleasures for you, a hierarchy for you to attain called the upper class, and then they set people out there, and people want to reach that. It's called the American dream.
It's like you said earlier. Basically, like they trying to get their blessing back. All right, while trying to give us their blessing now. You know what I'm saying? They got majority of our people, 2/3 of our people caught up with the sword being a gun. All right, got also 2/3 of our people want to get the fatness of the earth, which is the money, the riches. All right, chasing after all the things that's not meant for them, man. You know, and when in all actuality, when we should be chasing after the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, that's for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Yeah,
you know, that's what we should be seeking. Like,
our people have forgotten the fight. Let me see that one. Because when we was over here in slavery, and you look back in the civil rights era, you see people sitting in a baseball stadium, a bunch of Israelites or Jakes that they call Negro, and they will be singing songs and they'll be crying out to be free. And who will be up there teaching? Dick Gregory. He'll be up there saying, we're going to be free someday. But our people don't care about freedom no more. You know, they've given up on that fight now that the Black Panthers have fallen. But the Lord said, no, the fight ain't over. We were being punished. Now the Lord about to free us from that punishment. All right. The Lord's name is Yahweh, his son named Yahushua. They told us that he was a so-called white man, but he's not. He's a black man. They killed him in 37 AD. They killed Yahushua, a so-called black man, 10 foot tall, white and woolly beard. All right, a so-called black man. And he's about to return. The Father's true name is Yahweh. You know, and they're gonna repay for what these devils did to us. And nobody's white on this earth like this paper. They're called Edomites. They're called Edomites in the Bible. That's right, we are.
I know that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh yeah, we almost out of here. We almost out of here. You can see it happening, you know. So anybody got a flyer you can give them? Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna give you a flyer. I don't know if y'all carry anything, but you can probably give it to you just in case. Yeah, the Lord promised he was gonna wake up his prophets. Yeah, he told you that. He ain't gonna leave us out here stranded.
Not at all.
That's right. Hey, what was that? Somebody reading something, right? No, go ahead.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunted proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Right, they're increasing that which is not his. America wouldn't be rich, the richest country on the earth, but it's not anymore. The dollar has lost its value. They lost their power structure in the earth. They lost their power in the world. Go ahead.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
So all these nations like, yo, how long you think it's gonna last? So let's prepare. It's gonna fall. America gonna fall. How long you think it can last with this debt? Let's get prepared. Let's start making up different agreements and stuff. Let's start doing deals through the blockchain. You know, and that's what's happening.
It's like well, 2/3 of our people, they have that mindset in the world to where like an elder family member about to die, and they got like an insurance policy on them or something like that. They gather and they making plans.
They making plans. They making plans. I witnessed
it.
Yeah, they want that money. Everything is about money, you know. But it's not about that, man. It's about the spirit. Walking around every day on this earth, the little time that we do have, and to know who God is, to know your Creator, that give me chills, man.
And you made a real valid point, man. So to think about it, like with the GDP in America being the way it is, fucked up because America doesn't produce anything. Everything they buy everything in here. So now, being that we're entering into a recession, I mean, there's not going to be any money spent. So these nations are gonna they're not gonna want to have anything else to do with America anymore because they're not going to be able to get the value that they once were getting from America.
Yep.
All right. So now, once we start going through this recession, now you're going to really see shit hitting the fan. You're going to see China being risen up, like I spoke earlier before, and America slowly dragging behind, being in resemblance of a third world country.
Right. What you say, sister?
Bottom shall rise to the top.
That's right. That's right. And we definitely at the bottom.
Yes.
We was way at the bottom. Now it's time for us to ferment to the top, just like some fine wine.
And it's one of those things that one would call a diversion. When you continue to keep all the interaction between each other, right? The racism. So we're going to keep your eye off of what's really going on in America.
That's right.
You know,
That's
so
right.
the best thing that we could always do is keep our head into those right there.
That's it.
Yeah,
You know, that's
yeah.
the light. That's the light.
Most definitely.
Light that
Most
leads to the
definitely.
tunnel, you know?
Yes, yes.
And also we got to look at it worldview.
Definitely.
You know, America is the distraction.
Exactly. So what happens? We say Beyonce or Chris Rock, all of them. Because guess what? People of color, we want y'all to keep your eye on them, but they are not our idols.
They're not.
They are not our
They're
idols.
America's idols.
Come on, there you go. That's what's up right there. God bless you guys.
That's right. All right, check us out on YouTube.
I will. I got your information. Thank you.
All right, Sister Shalom. All right, where was that? Somebody was reading?
Where we
You reading something? Yeah, you had something. That was you. You was done with it? No, you wasn't done yet. Go ahead. And then,
I got the thing.
You got that done?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. And then I'm a one. Then we get back to Nahum. Yeah. I ain't even get to the part of the topic yet. But it might be the spirit though. You know what I mean? If I don't finish it, it's cool.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 21, in verse 8. He that buildeth his house with other man's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
There you go.
So the moment they let the European Union develop the money system to run America, the America just digging its own grave.
Yep.
Because it's gonna fall into that pit, that money pit. It's gonna fall right to that money pit. The question I have is, if Europe creates the Federal Reserve, right, and they lend America $1 million to start the American economy with 13 colonies, whatever, however it started, all right, and they put a percentage that they need to pay back. Where is that the money that they need to pay back coming from? It doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. So it's a
No, they considered it paying them back in sweat equity. So sweat equity would be through the slaves, the amount of work, meaning the economy going, we're supposed to strengthen the world. You
So
know,
basically, we're supposed to be going into slavery again with this new world order
to help
these other nations outside of America.
No, actually, they want us to go in slavery again and just be that, just slaves. They're trying to make it so where they don't need us at all, humans.
Cinderella story. They end all be all.
Yeah, they want it to be done. They're like, yo, you tired of us taking advantage of y'all? Okay. We're gonna do away with money and all the resources. We're gonna let AI work for you. We're not gonna abuse y'all no more. We're gonna let y'all just be on the earth, and we're gonna control you.
Figure out how you go eat.
We're gonna populate. We're gonna populate y'all. We're gonna create you. Now that we got your information, now that we read your information, now we can remake you in the future. So I ain't want to go there, but yeah, that's what they plan on doing.
Like a survival of the fittest thing. Playing God.
There you go.
That's it. Bottom line. That's just it. That's just it.
You motherfuckers, boy, they on a whole nother level. All right, let's get back to somebody have precept.
I got one.
All right, launch it off.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 24. This is but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
All right, they received their consolation. That's it. And that's good. The Lord had mercy on Esau, gave him some rulership, gave him a name in the world, gave the earth into their hand. You know, they offer those riches to Jake.
You got some good memories to look back on while they in captivity.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard somebody say that in a lesson. It was like referred to how he exchanged that righteous blessing. He gave it to Jacob for blood, for that carnal blessing.
That carnal heart, yeah. Yep, he wanted, you know, and it was all by the will of the Lord, you know, because Esau, their hatred went down through their generation. You know, that was the moment that hatred started right there. He said, I will kill my brother Jacob. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. If thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
There you go.
That's like that final destination.
And that's not just talking about America. I mean, it's talking about Esau in general. But in hindsight, it's talking about America. All right, the founding fathers that built this place, but their children are still here. You know, still making money off this place, still making planning for a new world order. But the Lord said, damn, what was the point on that? What was the end of it?
They had a perpetual hatred.
Yeah.
So blood is going to pursue them.
Blood going to pursue them. So the Lord is raising up these nations against America. All right. But ultimately in the kingdom, the Lord is going to raise up the children of Israel to pursue them. You see that? To chase them around. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm going to chase you around the earth or off the earth. All right. I need to get back to this. Real quick.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
There you go. So the Lord is the one revealing America for all the shame that it has, and for the weak spots that it has that they can attack, and for the debt that America has that we read about in Habakkuk. You know, the Lord is revealing that to these nations because they didn't see it before. They were blinded by it. The Lord said they were mad. You know, they were boasting in it, boasting in the riches of America. They were confused.
Running right along with America.
Running right along with them. But now the Lord is revealing it to them. Open their eyes. Now you got Putin having dreams at night talking about destroying America.
This is Psalms 9 and 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their foot taken.
There you go, man. All right, so they like the brother Mazan said earlier, they got their agenda and the Lord got his agenda. You know, and that's just it. So the everything they set up is really for their own. That's like some of the mobsters. They'll say, "Hey, dig the grave. I'm gonna give you a shovel." They gave him the shovel. They dig the grave. They said, "Now get in." That's what the Lord doing. He got Esau digging his own grave, but the orders were to dig. Hey, go dig this grave for Jacob. But really, the Lord gonna say, "Hey, man, it's for you. Go ahead and get in there." Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy bowels, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Right.
So that's how these other nations looking at America. You know, they looking at America as it becoming weak. It's becoming, you know, stripped away from his power.
They see it. They've been exposed by who? The Lord. You know, you're in a boxing match and you see your opponent like break him down. You're like, oh, I saw that. I saw that. You know, if you hurt your hand, you don't want him to see it.
Like in remember Rocky IV with Ivan Drago? Rocky was scared of him at first, so he got that one blow in there and then he cut him.
Yeah.
He said, and he started bleeding. And Apollo Creed's father is like, see, he's not a god, he's not a machine, he's a human. He's a human. Now tear his head off. Yep. So that now they see America bleeding.
Yep, the Lord has wounded this place.
Oh, like Xerxes off the 300.
Yeah. Right, man. Yeah, that's a perfect example.
I'm gonna show them how the God bleed. He threw that spear. He ain't kill him, but he just gave him a little cut.
That's what the Lord did right in front of us. Wounded him. While we in the battle wrestling with him, the Lord wounded him.
That's why they say all y'all weak is deep. They see America in the same position that they used to be in.
Right.
That's why you go to Joel shit. Let the weak say I'm strong. They done built up to that upper echelon where America used to be at. Now they looking down on America.
And that blow that he gave Xerxes, right? It didn't matter at that point. It didn't matter what happened to them. Is what they saw and what everybody else saw. They saw Xerxes wounded and they saw fear in his eyes. And that's what the same thing they're seeing in America right now.
Yeah, we watching
human-like chill went down his spine.
Yeah, whoa, say that again.
A human-like chill went down his spine.
A human-like chill went down Biden's spine.
That's just like the cliche that everybody like to say. Hey, you believe just how I believe, man. It shows no fear. So they see that within America, man.
Yep. So we've been seeing their leaders in fear lately. You know, we've been seeing the Biden administration in fear of Russia. So the Lord is showing us that. All right. They're in fear of the chariots. Look at that. All right. So you got something? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Look at them.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 7, and I'm going to start at 11. Yahweh judges the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day.
Come on, brother.
If he turn not, he will wet.
Or what?
He will wet his sword.
Right, and what that means is, if the Lord doesn't turn back from coming to destroy that person, his sword that he created is going to be filled with blood. That's like saying, yo, when you cut somebody, it's going to get blood on it. It's wet now. You know what I mean? So he's saying the action has already happened. It already attacked you. So he's saying if the Lord don't turn back and change his mind, he's going to wet that sword, meaning he's going to have blood.
He have bent his bow and made it ready.
There you go. And that's talking about the missiles. All right. So the Lord's going to get the missiles shot off and they're going to touch the earth. They're going to touch the sky and they're going to touch you. Damn people.
He have also prepared for him the instrument of death.
Right. So the Lord's saying he prepared it, man. All right. So he had it prepared by these nations. Okay. Let's get to the point.
He ordained his arrows against the persecuted.
There you go, the ICBM missiles. All right, so he ordered those to be shot on the persecuted. Who's the persecuted today? As far as the country, it's talking about America. As far as the people, it's talking about Esau. Go ahead.
Behold, he traveled with iniquity.
Travailing?
Yeah, Shalaki.
No, you good.
Behold, he travaileth with iniquity and have conceived mischief.
Yep, Esau.
And brought forth falsehood.
There you go. They did it. They lived out their prophecy. All right, it's already done. Now they're being revealed. See that? Now we're looking in hindsight, and our future is looking bright right now. Go ahead.
He made a pit and digged it.
So they did it. They already did it with the missiles, the ICBM missiles, with the economy, with all the spirits that leaped out of the mouth of the dragon like a frog. They made that pit. They set up the trap. What's that? The religious system, the churches, What else? The military. No, I think we could. The military, the police, martial law, and what else? The banking system with their new technology, blockchain, and the MOTB. So they set all that up. Even through the military, they set up their missiles called the nuclear age. All right. So they set all of that up, their new world order. But the Lord says really a trap for themselves. It's going to force Yahweh to return and bring fire upon these devils. Go ahead, brother.
Quick injection.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 6. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Right. That's right, man. So if you're trying to look for it now, you got to look in the past to see the trail of Esau. You know, they've already done their damage. You know what I mean? So now it's time for them to be revealed. All the atrocities they've done. When Yahweh was on the scene, he was telling our people, the mystery of iniquity is already working. That's them. Y'all just don't know they're Edomites. You know what I mean? They thought it was just Romans and Greeks. You know what I mean? So Yahweh was trying to tell them, like, yo, these are the Edomites right here. These the devil. The Romans.
The fox.
The fox, man. Yeah, Herod. They the ones. But it had to be revealed in its time, meaning now. So Yahweh was very disciplined, man. And patient. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is back at the book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 15. He made a pit and digged it, and is falling into the ditch which he made.
There you go. So it's going to happen. That's prophecy. They're going to fall into the ditch, into the trap that they set, into the grave that they dug for Israel. It's going to be empty, and it's going to be for them.
His mischief shall return upon his own head.
Right. That's like on that movie. What is it? Ebenezer Scrooge. He get up to the grave and it be his name. Yeah. He got all the way up to the grave and wiped it off, and it was his.
Esau.
Scrooge, right? He was all about the money.
God.
And his violent dealing shall come down upon his plate.
His own pate.
His own pate.
Yeah, basically his own head. His own, you know, fall down on him. That's talking about the missiles. You know? That was it? All right, come on. Let's get back to the topic. We bring it up right after this. All right, go ahead.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Right. So that goes your precept. Nope. So he said what? He said he's gonna set thee as a
Want to reread it again?
Yeah.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
That's like somebody spitting in your face. You know? So the Lord is throwing that shit in their face, man, throwing that cup. They gonna fill on it, he's throwing it in their face. You know, the vial, you know, like they try to do with Yahweh shot. Now you're gonna throw it, you're gonna pie in your face now. Yep. He said he's gonna cast that upon them, and they ain't gonna be able to clean that. You know, they try to be lily white. They try to hide it and look all innocent, right? Like the lamb. But the Lord said he's gonna cast the filth on them, and they're gonna be like dirty like pigs that they are.
This is Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen,
right?
Thou art greatly despised.
Right, and that's really, that prophecy really gonna happen in the kingdom. They're gonna be small amongst the heathens. See that? And the heathens gonna have some form of living after a while. But the Lord has made them the minority, really. And they're gonna be greatly despised by our people and by the whole earth. Go ahead. Edomites. All right. You're gonna cast abominable filth upon thee. You're talking about America and Esau. All right. He's on that. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste.
Whoa, I thought we were talking about America. Damn, like, right? Yeah, see that? Nineveh and America, you know, are tied together. Nineveh today is spiritually America as well, man. All right, the place of our captivity, you know.
Nineveh is laid waste, who will bemoan her?
Right.
When shall I seek comforts for thee?
Right, where you at? Okay,
Verse
Con.
7.
Can you go back to 7 again? The verse?
And it shall come to pass, verse 7, that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee.
Right, so that's what Saudi Arabia doing. They're fleeing from this place. You know? They're like, hell no, I'm gonna back off, man. And all these nations, because of America, you know, energy crisis. Going up against Russia, starting the war, losing the war. Right?
Yeah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?
In the kingdom. Right. That's gonna happen in the kingdom. And they're gonna be brought down. The pit is in Europe. So they're gonna be brought down all the way from America over there to Europe, man.
You think
their whole stressed out system that they got from Europe to NATO to America is all gonna be brought down. They're gonna be brought down in the pits over there. Slavery.
As well as the secret headquarters in Jerusalem.
Yeah, all of that. Everything they got. And their bunkers and shit. Bunkers are set up so they can be preserved. Let's get to the point. You got a point?
No, I'm just saying, you think Saudi Arabia was thinking that when Biden came over, please give me a little bit more oil, please.
Yeah. No, they were thinking that. Usually in Saudi Arabia, they greet and they hug. But he gave him a debt.
Damn.
They gave him a fist bump. He didn't want to touch it. He was like, and then he got him out of there. And as soon as Biden left, Saudi Arabia put out a statement against Israel. Against them. But Biden's whole purpose was to go over there and bring Israel and Saudi Arabia together. So they waited till he left, so he wouldn't have no respect. And then he came back in the dead of night, and nobody was waiting on him here. It was like a failed trip, you know. And Putin over there getting the championship.
This the man.
Yeah, it forced Putin to come out of hibernation, like the bear, Ezekiel 38. It forced him making that move. So every move they make, it's gonna fall on them, their own pay. All right, let's get what you say?
Like a counter.
Yeah, everything you throw, like Steven Seagal. Use the power against you.
Use the momentum.
That's what the Lord doing, man. He's using the force against them.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? When shall I see comforters for thee?
Right, and where did that go with? That's in Revelations, I think, 18, 17, where it say the merchants. Yeah, 18 and let's start from 1.
18:1.
I think so, yeah.
18:1.
Where is it? Let's see.
Con.
Yeah, we can bring it up.
Revelations 18.
Where the point at though? He said, what'd you say about?
Who will bemoan her?
Yeah, who will bemoan her? You know, the destruction at the bottom. Yeah,
when shall I see comforters?
Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn.
There you go,
over.
that one, right there.
Go straight there.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 18 and 11.
Wait, start from 1.
Start from 1?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna skip.
All right. Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory.
Right, it's talking about Yahweh Shai. So the earth's gonna be lit up. Think about that, man. You gotta think about it like a movie when it said. The earth is gonna be lit up with his glory. All right, that goes just like in Genesis, where it said the earth was void and dark, and the Lord's light was brooding over it. Right, causing the earth to light up. All right, there was not an original glow around the earth. It was just a damn ball of rock. Just like at nighttime, there's no glow around it, except for the firmament. Right?
All right, it says, verse 2.
So anyway, I'm gonna say that again just to be clear. The Lord's Spirit is what lit it up in the beginning. All right, He created light with the sun and the moon. See that? Other than that, it'd just be a dark, void earth.
That's what it said in the beginning. The dark earth was void, was dark, was void without form.
Right, and the Spirit of the Lord was brooding over it. All right, let's get it.
All right, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, as it become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, and that's in the scriptures too. I think it's Isaiah. We ain't got to get it though. It might be 13, where it speaks about America being destroyed, becoming a lava pit, and nothing being able to survive but these unclean animals.
I think it's Isaiah 13 and 17.
No, we ain't got to get it yet. Okay, we're keeping it on deck though, just in case.
All right, come. Verse 3.
Oh, can you go down to the point now?
Okay. Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Right, so they're gonna be weeping. They got rich off this place. You see that? And they're gonna realize, like, oh man, we can't do deals with this place no more. All right, go ahead. That's the reason a lot of countries haven't went to war with America, because they got financial ties with America, trade deals.
They're starting to cut them off. They're starting to shed those chains.
Yes,
They got to empty her.
they got empty here, but we're seeing the beginning parts of that. You know, we're seeing that. So as they start to pull away, everybody choosing their side, and they're pulling away from America. They're fleeing, but the end result is going to be this place being destroyed, and all the nations looking at it and like, damn, it's done. So what now? That's gonna be our kingdom, Yahushua's kingdom. Correct, brother?
Verse 12.
Oh, no, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank y'all. I mean, Zaria.
This is Nahum 3 and
read the whole chapter.
8. Art thou better than Populous? Art thou better than Populous? No.
No. It's one place. Populous, no.
Populous. Okay, Slacky. Art thou better than Populous? No. That was situate among the rivers that had the waters round about it.
Can you read it again clear now?
Gone. Nahum chapter 3, verse 8.
Right, I'll give you the breakdown on this.
Art thou better than Populous? No, that was situate among the rivers that had the waters round about it.
See that? So Nineveh. So Nineveh or America, art thou better than Populous? No. See that? That was situated amongst the rivers. Should put that out as a question, like who knows what Populous No is? Challenge people. But Populous No is also known as No Ammon in the scriptures. But is that it? No, it's also known as Thebes. Thebes, Egypt. You say it in there? Okay. So Thebes, all right? Populous No. So, hey, Nineveh. Now you got to understand history with Nineveh. The Lord raised up Nineveh to destroy Egypt. All right? So the Lord is saying, hey, Nineveh, now you're feeling yourself. You know, are you better than Thebes? You think you're any better? So America, are you any better than the ancient Roman Empire? Are you better than ancient Babylon? You see that? Are you better than Sodom and Gomorrah? All right. And it was situated amongst waters, just like America is. It make all the money and resources through the waters. But what it say? It said, are you better Nineveh than Thebes? Because at that time there was a war going on, and it's, you know, it was a battle between the Assyrian Empire and the Egyptian Empire. Okay, the Cushites. Now, going back, the guy named Sargon II, and then you had after him you had who was that? Esarhaddon, and then after Esarhaddon you had Ashurbanipal. So all those three kings were risen up against the Egyptian Empire. They were taking, you know, going up there messing with it, plucking at it, just like Russia and these other nations plucking at America. Same thing, just like Nineveh. But then ultimately, around the time of Nahum, right, around 663 BC, the battle with who was it? Tantamani. It was an Egyptian king and Ashurbanipal. The Lord finally had the sack of Thebes happen in 663 BC. All right. So the Lord used Nineveh to take down Thebes, the Egyptian empire, and it was a massive, rich, resourceful place. Then through that, Nineveh became resourceful and rich. So the Lord telling Nineveh, like, yo, you're gonna be destroyed just like Thebes. Hey, America, you're gonna be destroyed just like Israel was. You destroyed the Israelites, but I'm gonna destroy you too.
With the Israelites.
With the Israelites, with a nation, you know, with Israel. Go ahead, now read it now.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 8.
Right, so it's talking about Thebes, Egypt. Go ahead.
Art thou better than Populous? No, that was situate among the rivers that had the water.
It's basically situated.
Situated, come on.
So situated.
Situated. That was situated among the rivers that had the waters round about it.
Right, so it's talking about the Nile River, the Tigris, and the Khazar River. So they had 3 rivers around it, right? And they got all their resources and riches through that. What you know about America? America's surrounded by water.
What bodies of water?
That's right, man. That's how you know the whore is not talking about the Roman Empire. All right, go ahead.
The more waters, the more trade routes.
Come on with
commerce
it.
coming
The more commerce. The merchants, once again. So it's just like Nineveh. Just like Thebes, I mean. Go ahead.
Whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was from the sea.
There you go. So those same ones: Tigris River, the Khazar River, and the Nile. Go ahead.
Verse 9: Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength.
Whoa, what?
Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength.
Yeah. So Ethiopia was in the south, and Egypt in the north. Go ahead.
And it was infant, Put and Lubim.
So that's who you would call Libya. Lubim.
Were their helpers.
So if you want to find out who the come on, brother. So if you want to find out who the Libyans are, that's who they were. All right, Put and Lubim. So that's in the northwest and northeast. So they were surrounded by nothing but help, just like America was. Surrounded by the Europeans helping them, right? All these nations helping this place. So is America any better than that? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 10. Yet was she carried away, she went into captivity.
Whoa. So America had so the land of Thebes, Egypt, had all this help, had resources and everything. It was a glorious kingdom. They thought it was going to last forever. That's why every time they would talk to the king, they would say, King live forever. You know? So read that, brother.
Yet was she carried away, she went into captivity.
Oh, but yet was she carried away. And if you want the date, that happened in 663 BC. All right, it was called the fall of Thebes. And then 3 years later, you get Nahum, who wrote this book, who spoke this prophecy. All right, around 660. Right? So that's it. It was talking about the fall of Thebes. But through that, Nineveh became prosperous and cocky, just like these damn Edomites today in America. But they took us down into slavery, so they think they're going to last forever, America. But the Lord said, nah, man. Nope. Go ahead.
Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets.
Right. They're talking about the Egyptians. Oh, starting to sound like payback for what they did to us, don't it? The Lord judged them Egyptians.
Come on.
He ain't forget them. He ain't forget them for the Pharaoh and what they did to us, man. All right. So he had them chased out of that land, and he had them butchered and tortured. That way, he had a lot of the Sudanese, a lot of the ones that were ruling during the time of Moses. They ran up into the north. So that's why if you see the Sudanese, they look like Cushites. And people confused. That's because they ran up there. You feel me? During the times of Taharqa. All right? Huh?
I was saying that's the proof of them being in that region.
Con. That's right, man. So y'all can do something on that. Put that together. All right, go ahead.
And they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains.
Didn't they do that with us? Didn't they do that with us? What, Akim? They bound us in chains, man. They cast lots for us, right? Called the slave trade. And they did the same thing to those Egyptians, like Nineveh did. Same way America did to us. What, Akim? Go ahead.
Verse 11, thou shalt be drunken, thou shalt be hid, thou shalt seek strength because of the enemy.
Whoa, thou shalt be drunken, man. All right. What does that mean? To stagger. 15. All right, what does that mean? To stagger. The Lord gonna make it punch drunk. You know, have it drunken.
I hear no bell.
Right, man. Drunken off their own philosophies, basically believing their own lies. You know, and he said, what? Thou shalt be drunken and what?
Thou shalt be hid.
And thou gonna be hid. Go ahead.
Thou shalt also seek strength because of the enemy.
See that? And they're gonna seek strength. They're gonna go around. What was Biden doing?
Trying to seek strength.
Trying to seek strength.
Yeah, I got one. Trying to seek strength, right? Right.
Because of the enemy.
Because of the enemy. But about it. But the Lord said what? He said, I shall rain up. Somebody get that? Raise up banners.
Banner.
It's Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
See, not just the Babylonians, not just Babylon, America. Watch the screen so you don't cut it off. Not just Babylon, not just the Babylonians, which today will basically represent Esau, but these basic modern day nationalist Americans. They got this American mindset. Look at what's his name, Charleston White. He cool, man. We like that guy, but he's a nationalist. He got Trump up on his wall, Trump hats. You know,
it's like they be right there with like their wisdom, but they don't have understanding.
Right. They can never fight against a power that they don't understand. A power structure.
Right.
They got to understand the power structure to know how to aim for the head. The Lord taught us how to aim for the head, man. Headshots.
Because they don't know who their enemy is.
They don't know the enemy. But we aim for headshots with the scriptures. That's where the battle is at, the mind.
Verse 2, back in, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land.
Right. I want to speak on that real quick. So the Lord said he's going to raise up against Babylon these fanners, man. What does the word fanners mean? Enemies. Right? And he said what? And they shall fan them. What does fan mean? To scatter them. See that? Those two different words there. Even though in English they sound the same. But he said he's going to raise up against Babylon enemies, and they shall scatter her. They shall fan her. What happens when you fan something? It scatters. All right, go ahead.
And shall empty her land.
They're going to empty the land. What? How they going to empty it? With the missiles. All right? It's going to be empty, man. Everybody you see walking around here, it's going to be like ghosts.
For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about.
There you go, man. So in the day of when the Lord brings trouble against this place, trust and believe that Most High is going to have those enemies in place against her round about. That's what that's basically saying. You better trust and believe that, because that's what he's going to do. All right. Go ahead. Right where you was at. Let's go right with that.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 11. Thou also shalt be drunken, thou shalt be hid, thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemy.
There you go. See, now America's seeking strength because they got them enemies on their ass.
Verse 12. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater.
Yeah, there you go. So what's their stronghold? That's the military bases all over the world. What Iran told them. Iran said, yo, you better deoccupy or all your bases going to get attacked. What Russia's doing? They're trying to attack Americans over there in Israel and then over there near Syria. You see that? I just heard last week that one of America's bases got hit by Russia, but they ain't talking about it. So they said, so basically, all those soldiers going to die in the war over there. All right? So it's like branches. It's like a tree that grew up and the branches reached all the way over to the Middle East, and their fruit would be the figs, and they're going to fall.
Mouth of the eater.
To the mouth of the eater, the one that want to consume them. The enemies that want to consume them, the Lord going to make sure they get fed.
Basically, all the soldiers going to be destroyed. I'm going to start at Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. It says, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Right, he ain't talking about it no more. He opened it. And he brought it forth. He had the angels like, yo, go make it happen. Now the Lord had brought forth his armory. He said, this is the weapon I'm going to choose. That's like somebody saying, look what I got. And the first one they put out was a big missile. Right, man.
That's it.
Yep, and this is the next weapon I'm going to use on you. It's called Israelites. And that's in the kingdom.
For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans.
Whoa, this is the work that he's going to do in this place, man. This is the work. that the Lord is working, a wonderful work. Not the new world order that they're pushing, not this dream of America, not these lies that they're pushing in these churches. You know, this utopia that they're talking about, this robotic world. No, man. This is the work that the Lord is bringing. If you ain't talking about that, then you ain't talking about, you're talking about nothing but vanity. You should be talking about, basically right there, that's saying the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. All right? That's the work that we should be focused on.
Verse 26, it says, come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
There you go. What's that talking about? Taking America for all its resources, you know, cutting off their hand in the world, not paying back their debts to America, making America pay up for their loans, and ultimately destroying this place. Yep. Cutting off their power in the world, man, and their deals, right? The trade deals.
Verse 27 of Jeremiah 50. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter.
Right, the bullocks represent their chief men. All right, their soldiers, their bullocks, go ahead, the chiefs.
Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation.
Right, yep, so they're going down to the slaughter over there in the Middle East. All their bullocks represent the military in different ranks. All right, really the chiefs, the military chiefs that lead them over there. And the top chief is the commander-in-chief, the president. Yeah, let them go over there and go down to the slaughter, Pelosi.
Done.
All right. Go ahead, real quick. I want to get back to this too.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Yeah, who's gonna stop it? Who's gonna stop the Lord's work from happening? We can talk about it. I talk about it with anybody. I was at my job and I said it to somebody and I gave them the page. And I talked to a friend of mine, they're like, you gave them the page? I'm like, yeah, I give it to the general manager if they want it. It's on them if they watch it. You know, it's against the law if they use it against me.
Hey, the funny part about it is we got a corporate group chat at my job, and I accidentally put one of the lessons in there about America being destroyed. I didn't do it on purpose. I was trying to share one of your videos in our group chat, and I put it in the corporate group chat. And one dude was like, "Are you trying to convert me?" I'm like, nah, not really. I don't think this is for you. I apologize for that.
He sound like a gripper.
Yeah. Almost had it.
He almost had me.
2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 4. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Right, that fire is not just talking about the missiles. That fire is talking about the fire that Yahushua is kindling. All right, the Lord has kindled a fire in this place, meaning all hell breaking loose. You know, so who's gonna stop it? Who's gonna put it out? Who's gonna heal it? What nation can come over and help? Nobody.
Verse 5.
But he had help before. Nineveh, spiritually Nineveh, America had help before. It could go to all those NATO countries, European countries. How can it go to Europe now if Europe don't even have a trade deal with gas with Russia? Oh, go ahead, brother.
Verse 5. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it has begun to burn?
Right, man. Come on, Doc. All right, so here you go. All right, yep. You said what? You can speak on. Right, so anybody gonna be able to stop a fire once it begin to burn? So they ain't gonna be able to put it out. And the Lord said He's not gonna put it out. Even all the way up to the missiles, the Lord said He's gonna let it burn continually. You know, in the kingdom as well is gonna be burning. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
Right, so right there, the focus point of that sentence is will. So what is Yahushua's will if it already be kindled? So people like the Lord is coming to send flowers on this place. He's coming to save everybody. Vocab, right? But if that's the case, or people say that we're not going to be here during Jacob's trouble.
Or you didn't think about like our clothes gonna be laying on there, but like, oh, where did we go?
Right. But the Lord said, what you think his will is? If everything is already,
On fire, when
on
they
fire. Yeah, man.
Just think about it. But think about it though. Think about it, the mindset of the people while this place is burning. You're gonna have people being consumed in this place, calling on to the Lord to put the fire out.
That's right. They got the wrong mindset.
They got the wrong mindset.
You need to think like a house shot. No, we want this place to go. Roof on fire. We don't need no water.
Right. Burn.
Let it burn. Let it burn like us.
All right, I'm about to
All right. Where we at, man?
Nahum.
Nahum, I think. Yeah.
Nahum, chapter 3.
Ain't my
verse.
precepts too. It might conjure up a lot of precepts. So it's cool. All right, go ahead.
I was in the room. I saw that. I was like, I put it, tucked it back in.
Ah, perfect. Okay, yeah.
Verse
Might be
13.
time for it though.
Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women.
Oh, what is that talking about? That's talking about their military. All right, their military gonna be as women, and you see that today.
All they do is TikTok dancing.
No,
So
no.
what?
I'm sitting trying to think of a way to say it.
Sugary.
Oh, got you. Got
Dusty
you.
stuff, man.
Got you. Gone.
Oh, the all-inclusive.
Gone.
They ain't good enough.
That's sweet.
Huh?
I have a bundle of sticks.
There you go. Nah, they went in the Rainbow Crew.
And that go back to that kind of go back to the history of Alexander, right?
Yeah.
Gone.
And how they
English cigarette?
No, man.
Oh yeah,
Hey, that's it.
I mean, I was
Marvin.
got it.
All right, man. Where we at? Let's stay focused.
All right.
Behold.
So yeah, man. You know, America's army is
not like Russian
Done.
army.
yeah,
Yeah.
not manly.
Not hardcore.
Yeah, not hardcore, man. Damn.
I got a precept.
Behold, thy people in the midst of thee.
Right, like bunch of sodomite. Go ahead, Doc.
Just to go back to the point about how these armies gonna be like women.
Yeah.
All right. It says Zephaniah 1:14. It said that the great
Right.
day of the Lord is near.
That's right, man. Zephaniah was prophesying, during the times of Josiah.
It said
641, 610. Good.
It says it is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. It says the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So those people y'all going down to Egypt for help. You know what I'm saying? Like these armies, these mighty men. They said they're gonna be crying bitterly in that day, man. When the Lord comes to visit upon them, man.
Right. Yeah. That's really the breakdown. You know, we curving it with the whole thing, but it's really talking about them nations crying, the military crying, being in pain, like a woman in travail. All right. Weak. But it's all together, all of that together, really. It's gonna be a weak army, not like Russia, All right, go ahead, bro.
Nahum 3:13. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thine enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars.
Right, so this is talking about Nineveh. All right, Nineveh was boasting because the Lord used Nineveh to take down the Egyptians, the land of Thebes. The Lord was like, oh no, it's gonna happen to you too. Whatever nation touched the apple of the Lord's eye, the Lord gonna use them and then abuse them.
Verse 14. Draw thee waters for the siege, fortify thy strongholds, go into clay and tread the mortar, make strong the brick kiln.
Yep.
Brickle.
Yep, they're basically going into debt, doing whatever they can to build up their forces, man. They're trying to build it up, but the Lord saying he's still gonna tear it down. All right.
There shall the fire devour thee.
See? Whatever you try to build up in this place, the Lord said he's gonna meet them right there and devour them there. All right. There shall the fire devour thee. They're gonna go into debt. So the fire they're talking about is spiritual fire, the kindled fire. So the fire, so they go into debt. They're gonna be burned there. They try to build up walls. They're gonna be destroyed by Russia with missiles. They try to go overseas. They're gonna be met there. Anywhere they go, the fire. They're gonna be. Yep. Anywhere they go, they're gonna be touched by that fire. Come on, bro. Yep. Yep. Recover real fast and then probably like 2 or 3 precepts and get back to the point.
All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 3.
Yeah, you speak on it.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6.
That's right, man. America about to be destroyed. All the restaurants.
I'm gonna bring this out because I can't find the other one. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Should there be an evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?"
Right, they blowing the trumpets of recession, the trumpets of war, the trumpets of a crash happening here in America, man. The destruction of America, and the people are afraid.
Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but He revealed His secrets unto the servants, the prophets.
Right. So, can any of this happen without it being the Lord's will? As we went into a minute ago, He said, "What? That part you just read?"
Done. It says, "And not be afraid shall the evil be in the city, and the Lord have not done it."
Right. So, can anything happen on this earth without the Lord creating it? You know. Go ahead.
Done. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but He revealeth His secrets unto the servants, the prophets.
That goes into Revelation 7. Because the Lord ain't gonna do nothing until He wake up His servants, the prophets. All right. Yep. Let me catch them real quick. I'm gonna want to go ahead. All right. Come right back to you.
All right, back at St. Luke chapter 6, verse 25. It says, "Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. And it says, woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." That's what's coming to America, man. You know, because America, the argument was talking about how America going to all these other countries and getting rich off the backs of our people. You know what I'm saying? And even these other countries as well. But it's gonna switch on them. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they're gonna be poor. You know what I'm saying? In due time, man.
I got it. I found it. All right, this is the
morning week. My
bad. All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 19. Just basically speaking on the point you was talking about earlier. It says, "As if a man did flee from a lion, and the bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him." So every which way, man, there's no escaping the judgment of the Lord, man. So even if an individual was to go over there to Russia or to go to Europe, it's still gonna get hit. Don't matter, man. You can't run from the judgment the Lord set. It's already predestined.
Russia gonna be that bell.
If I may add on too, it was just an article the other day about Americans fleeing and going to other countries, and it said that those other countries are getting tired of Americans already being in their shit.
Because Mexico, because all the people from California, they trying to escape that bullshit, and they went into Mexico. And the Mexicans tired, you know, it's a car tired of them. You know, they're trying to seek refuge over there.
They're trying to build a wall.
You know, they were just persecuting them, saying they can't come over. Like, you know, now they want to. Exactly. All Edomites, the same ones persecuting them.
Only reason because the mic right here, and he's behind you, so you can't hear it. This is timing wise.
Well, it's going back to the point that Elder was speaking about. Hey, America wanted to build up the walls, and the Russians going to attack, man. You know, this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord." All right, that's ultimately happening right now, in the process of happening right now, man. You know, Russia opening up their missile bases back in Cuba, whatnot, you know. China doing exercises in Canada, military exercises in Canada. Verse 15, Canada, it's like verse 15, it says, "Shout against her round about. She have given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her." So, hey, man, what form of protection America think they may have is not enough, man. Why? Because it's not going to be able to stop the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They're just going to put on this place through other nations, man.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 15. "There shall the fire devour thee, the sword shall cut thee off."
Right. So the Lord said, "What? bow of steel shall strike them through. All right, so they try to go into their bunkers and hide, especially here in America. The Lord said the bow of steel gonna strike them through, man. Gonna burn them up right in the damn brigandine. They try to hide that in America. Go ahead.
It shall eat
you try to hide in your mansion. Nope. Try to hide in the high hills of California. Try to go into the mountains. The Lord gonna meet you there.
It shall eat thee up like the cankerworm.
Yep. So where you at?
Verse 15 of chapter 3.
Okay, yeah, kind of. The fire, yep. So that's how you know it's not fully talking about the missiles. This is talking about a process. You know what I mean? The fire that the Lord is talking about, the economic issues, the recession. You know, every move these nations make is plucking another feather off this bird. You know, putting another hole in their system like a cankerworm would do.
Make thyself many as the cankerworm. Make thyself many as the locusts.
Right. So yeah. So now the Lord talking to Nineveh, but he's talking to America, really. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. And he's saying, yeah, make yourself just like them. Let me see you do it. Make yourself just like the cankerworm, which would be these nations. They did that. They try to set up bases all over the world. All right, make yourselves just like them. Go ahead. Make yourself into a nation where you really, it's a fake nation, man.
Verse 6, multiply thy merchants above the stars of the heaven. Stars of heaven.
See that? They try to be just like the other nations, multiply their merchants, gathering, heaping up themselves all people. Right? Yeah. So they got rich and wealthy, they was straight. Just like they thought Thebes was good. Just like Nineveh thought they were good till the fall of Nineveh came. Just like Babylon thought they were good till the fall of Babylon.
Just like Rome thought it was good till the fall of Rome.
Persian Empire. What did that show us, man? That shows us, what is that? Be ruled in the kingdom of men. All right. Let's get this real quick.
Daniel 4:17.
Yep.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whosoever he will, and set up over the basis of men.
Right, man. So yeah, man. And now, right now, we're on the bottom. So the Lord gonna set us up. All right. So the Lord they said the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. All right. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
Thou hast multiplied thy merchants.
Where you at?
Verse Nahum chapter 3, verse 16.
Right.
Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven. The cankerworm spoileth, and flieth away.
Right, there you go. So now America was just like that. You know, it multiplied as merchants. The cankerworm is spoiling and flying away. That's why we're seeing it happen in increments right now. You know, we're seeing America fall in increments. We're seeing these nations come over here through the business, and they messing up America's economy. All right.
Verse 17. The crowned are as the locusts, and thy captains as the great grasshoppers.
Right.
Which,
so I got to stop.
The crowned are as the locusts.
Right. The crowned are as the locusts. All right. So the crown represents their guards. Who's their guards? The military. They're just like the locusts. See that? So their military has wound up being like the locusts. What does locusts do? You look at a field, they're not there. Next thing you know, they show up out of nowhere. They're all over your damn field. And they eat up everything. And then when the heat comes, they fucking fly away. Because they can't stand the heat. So what are they doing? They're called occupying. They're occupying the Middle East. They just showed up over there out of nowhere. It's called the Arab Spring in 2011. And then you had Operation Desert Storm, 2003 or 2004. So it's called the Arab Spring, that the elites used America to go over there and play the hammer of the earth, right? And take all the resources from over there. So they were like locusts, the military bases over there for America. And over at the doorsteps of Russia. But as soon as that heat comes, they gone.
And ain't that what Biden did? As soon as he came into office, he pulled all those troops back from Afghanistan and left them out there high and dry?
Yep. That's why the Lord said, hey, Nineveh, won't you make yourself just like the cankerworm, just like these nations that's plucking away at you. You know? And America has done that. Go ahead, keep going.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 17. The crowned are as the locusts, and
the crown, meaning the military and the generals, the guards,
and thy captains as the great grasshoppers, which camp in the hedges in the cold day.
See that? So when everything cool, they over there. They over there camping, taking over these different sites. But go ahead.
But when the sun,
when is it cold? In the night.
Gone. But when the sun ariseth, they fly away. They flee away.
So yeah, when that heat comes, and when your Yahushua rises up, he start to kindle that fire, and Iran is running them out of there, man. They fleeing away out of there, man. All right. So that's what's that called? Deoccupy. They want them to deoccupy the Middle East. That's what they keep screaming over there. Go ahead.
And their place is not known where they are.
See that? Now you're not going to see America's military all over the world anymore. You know, the Lord said, I would send far off from you the northern army into a land barren and desolate. That's why they started it off with the Desert Storm. Went over there to Saudi Arabia and what is it called?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. You know what I mean? There's another one too, but Iraq, yeah, all of that. They was all over there, you know. And
there was a
Kuwait. That's the one. That's the one. That's the first one. That was the one. Yep. Over there in Kuwait. All right.
There was a journalist who interviewed a little Syrian boy, and he said he prays for cloudy days because he knows that his village isn't going to get bombed by drones. Like it's horrible over there.
Yeah, it's been nothing but death and destruction since they've been over there. Nothing but, you know, all those Arab nations, they were all cool with each other until after World War II. That's when the Russians and the Americans went over there and started breaking up those places over there in the Euphrates, around the Euphrates and all that.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 18. Thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria.
Oh, thy shepherds are slumbering. Who is that? Biden. They sleep. They call him Sleepy Joe.
When he's sleeping that one press conference?
Yeah, he was asleep.
Yeah.
So all their leaders are asleep. The Lord putting them to sleep. Go ahead.
Thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria.
They slumbering, man. Yep.
Thy nobles shall dwell in the dust.
There you go. So that nobles, man, the Lord said what? He sent dust into the gates of their nobles. All their leaders, all their elites. And they dwell in the dust, like the Lord said the serpent was going to do. You know, he's going to be a low-life individual dwelling in the dust. What's that? Confusion and darkness. Not knowing what the hell going on. Not looking for the work of the Lord. Not understanding the prophecies. Coming up with their own new world order. Dwelling in darkness. Confusion. Dust. Go ahead. So that's Biden and them. That's them politicians. They don't know what the hell going on. All right. Oh, they're religious leaders too. These devils here. They dwelling in dust. Confusion. They don't know what the hell going on, man.
You cannot ask them, not one of them about chariots.
Nothing. You can't ask them nothing about the Lord, man. They dwelling in the dust, sleeping amongst the dead, man. Go ahead, brother.
Thy people is scattered upon the mountains.
Yep. So their nation, their military is gonna be scattered over there. Go ahead.
And no man gathereth them.
Yeah, nobody gonna be able to go over there and save them like in the movies. Let's go save the American army. Yeah. We're here to get you. They always showed up in the movies.
The extraction team.
The extraction team. That ain't gonna happen. Nobody gonna show up.
No man left behind. They left.
They left. Just like Hillary Clinton left them over there.
Yeah.
Verse 19, last verse of the chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous.
Yeah, Nineveh, America. There's nobody gonna be able to heal with the wound that the Lord gave to him. You know, you're gonna say, yeah, go see if somebody can heal you. It ain't gonna happen. The wound that I afflicted you with, that's up your alley with them samurais, and you know, he gave him an afflicted wound, and he told him to walk it off. See if somebody gonna help him. You know what I'm saying?
Pray to your God. Pray to your God.
Go pray to God, see if he'll heal you. Go ahead. Thank y'all. That was you? That was you? That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51. I'm going to start at verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Right, they tried to with their bailouts. Huh?
That's
No.
because they wasn't healed.
No,
They
no.
were destroyed.
It was destroyed. Nineveh got destroyed. And they like, yeah, try to be healed. Nope.
So no, so you are you talking about Jonah?
Israelites. You talking about Israelites. That was Israel.
Yeah, that was Israelites there, and those were the ones that humbled themselves and cast ashes upon their head. But later it came destroyed later on.
As if, okay.
Because if you read at the end of the book of Tobit, they talk about, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be.
So like, that was a question for after.
Like,
Picking back up at verse 9, it says, forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So yeah, come on, man. Hey, like the elder said, man. Hey, Nineveh is America, also Babylon, man. And America's not going to be able to be healed, all right? Once the destruction comes, shit, there's no America being revamped, you know. Shit, this gonna be a done data for it, you know.
Right, man. This place done. Can't be healed, man. All right. We've seen the wound afflicted to this place. So that's it. It ain't gonna be patched up.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 19. There is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee, for upon whom hath not thy wickedness passed continually.
See that? So all the ones that hear that the brute, that's like somebody, we say Brutus, beating somebody the hell up. It's gonna be a brute, physical destruction on this place by the Lord. And all the ones that see America get destroyed, Russia gonna be one of them. They're gonna clap their hands like, yeah, Iran. They keep saying death to America. You keep hearing them say it. But it ain't gonna be because of them. It's gonna be because of our king, our God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, and they're gonna hear about it and they're gonna clap, and we're gonna be clapping. See that? The elect gonna be clapping as well. See this place destroyed.
Especially the ones over there in the Middle East, they're gonna be clapping. But what does it say in Isaiah chapter 14? Rejoice not, thou Palestina, because rather the missiles hit this place, the missiles gonna hit that place over there.
Yeah, and they're going into slavery.
God.
Somebody get Joel 2:20. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the river of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the one that's putting these thoughts in these other nation kings' mind, man. You know what I'm saying? To rise up and destroy the great horde, man. Which is called Babylon in the scriptures, as aka America.
Yep. Yeah, and none of us.
All right, this is Joel chapter 2, verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder parts towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his savor shall come up, because he have not slacked, because he have done great things.
There you
go. Oh yeah. So that's talking about America being driven over there and stirring up all that stuff over there in the middle, so-called Middle East. But within that, all their armies are gonna be destroyed over there, man. And ain't nobody gonna remove their bodies. They're gonna bury it, but it's gonna stink over there.
Yeah, I know that was right, man. All right, so that goes in the Desert Storm. All right, let's go, man. Let's get it. You got some? I'm gonna get us out of here.
This is Jeremiah 51, verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her.
Right.
Let
so,
us.
Yeah, man, that's it, man. So they want to heal this place, but they can't. So they're like, yo, let's back to. Oh shit, I'm trying to save her, but she like throwing up and shit. Just run, man. Get away from her.
She on her own.
Yeah, like you can't save her. You know, go ahead.
Don't save her.
It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone, into his own country.
Right. Yep. They all go. They all sticking with their own countries, their own people. All right. So go ahead, and that's what's gonna happen even more, especially with that with Russia. You know, stopping the gas flow to Europe now. Yep.
It says, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is healed, and is lifted up even to the skies. So the judgment of Babylon, sins have reached up to the Heavenly Father's nostrils. It has become so much of a stench that he's going to do something about it. He's paying attention now. Well, he's been paying attention. He's like, now he going to like, okay, now I'm going to give you the attention you want. And that attention is going to be a beast of destruction.
Right, they can't force the Lord's hand. It's all his time. Joel 2:20. Somebody brought that up. Isaiah 47:1.
It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Well, man, so there's no rulership for this place America in the world anymore. You know, so now we're witnessing this place sitting in the dust. All right, we're watching it take its bow or take its seat right now. You know?
Sing a swan song.
Yeah, we're watching the swan song. We're seeing the place fall. You know, it's a downward spiral. The curtain's closing. Finite.
Everything must go.
Hey, the Titanic is singing, but the man's still trying to keep on playing.
Yeah, the end.
The curtain's closed, but they's holding them open still.
Yeah, what they say at the end of the they say finite. Yeah, finite. Yeah, finito. We take that too. All right, the outro, the credits.
And it's a beautiful thing to watch because the prophets and the kings of old prayed to see these things that are happening in front of our eyes right now. You get to see the downfall of this wicked kingdom and get to see the building up of the kingdom of Yahushua.
Beautiful thing to see the downfall of your oppressor and your enemy.
Turn back captivity for your eyes.
Time.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not make of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundation, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord.
This place ain't never going to be inhabited again, man. It's just going to be a memorial or a testimony of wickedness, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was.
It ain't gonna be useless. It ain't gonna be able to use it in the world, any nation, or anything. You know, it's gonna be useless. Scab, man. A wound. That's all America gonna be. All right. That was it. In my precept.
This is Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. You know, hey, just like the brother was speaking on, man. Hey, he that the prophets beforehand, you know, they were hyped and wanted to see the fall of the enemy, which we get to see with our own eyes to this day, man. Yahweh Rosh are we're part of that number, man. All right, well, we get to endure to the end so we can see it. You know?
I got one word. Okay. Oh, we already read that? Okay, yeah, Nahum 3 and 7. So basically, none of us laid waste, okay?
Want to read it?
Yeah, read that. Let's end it with that.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 7. Nahum chapter 3, verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? When shall I seek comforters for thee?
Right, man. And this was prophesied in 660 BC by Nahum. And those prophecies stand today, even still falling upon America. Spiritually Nineveh, spiritually Babylon, spiritually Egypt, spiritually Sodom, man. All right, and the Lord has a judgment against all of the wickedness in this place. You know, all of those kingdoms are going to feel the Lord's wrath through America when the Lord destroys this place, man. All right? Because all those idols from the Assyrian Empire are here. All the idols from Egypt are here. Look inside nigga and them. So watch this out. Dr. Umar and them. all the idols from in the mindset from Sodom and Gomorrah is here.
Moab, Ammon, Elam, they're all over here too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the judgments.
Oh, come.
You feel me? Huh?
Idol worship of Egypt.
Idol worship of Egypt, Molech. You right? With Moabites. You right? Yeah, Moab. You know,
Tower of Babel. Trying to reach the
Tower of
pinnacle
Babel.
of the New World Order.
New World Order. Everything is here.
Satellites and shit.
Roman Empire.
Gone.
Yo, everything here, man.
Nimrod worship.
Nimrod, yeah, everything is right here. That the Lord gonna. That's why the Lord's wrath is gonna be that powerful. Gonna put an end to it. You know, that's why he said gonna be a. That's why he said upon Yahweh's head is gonna be many crowns. Because by destroying America and bringing down Esau, he bring down all of them. The whole statue going back to Daniel chapter 2. By taking them at the feet, he's gonna knock the whole power source down on the earth.
That goes into Revelations where it said the kingdoms of this world has been the king. It's been under the kingdom of our power.
That's right. They become the kingdom of the Lord. Come on with it. That's all he got to do is destroy this place, man. This is their power in the earth. Right? Bring down Esau and deliver us and raise us up in his arm. But now we see how our God works, man. We're starting to see it. Instead of just reading about it, we're seeing how the Lord is patient. He put everything in the algorithm. All right. So we're gonna end it there, man. I think, man, we got my precepts. No. All right, we're gonna end it there. Hopefully this was edifying, man. Going to the topic of Nineveh being America as well. I'm gonna say Shalom. I'm gonna say call. Alayim. La. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem. Ha. Rakah. Wadash. Ma. All right, double honor to our elders, apostles of GMS that are sincere. All right. Shalom to you, Akim. And Agwatim, the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth that are waiting for the return of Yahweh Shai. Keep believing, man. Keep studying and keep edifying each other. And that's how we get out of here. All right. So, Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah.
What?
I wasn't lying. I wasn't playing, dude. Said it's like something wrong with you.